Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 172. Joining me, as always, Daniel Never Really.
What's up, gamers? I don't like to admit when I'm wrong, but I'm wrong, and I need to say Jim Ryan was actually right. Like I don't like to say that. I don't like to prop Jim up too much. You know, crying Jim. I don't like to prop him up too much, but you know he was right. I think PlayStation really does need Call of Duty. I think they really do.
Daniel been waiting on that one for a good 24 hours now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also joining us, Steven Sims.
Hello. I'm in a car and I'm about to shout, so I'm gonna close the windows.
You're gonna shit in the car?
Shout, not shit.
Oh, I thought you said shat.
I'm holding in a big doozy. Let me tell you.
You get the old, plastic bag, hold it behind you. Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I'm just gonna shit in the car. I ain't bothered.
You're gonna shit in the car. All right. Well, good luck with that. And try to hold back your grunts and whatever other noises you make during your
Zelda.
that process.
You see how many noises are coming out of the Zelda every time I'm playing? So many insane noises. All the shopkeepers. It's insane.
There are a lot of noises going on in that game. Yeah. A lot of strange noises.
Yeah.
Timmy, so are you playing Zelda right now?
He's doing something right now.
I'm having a shit. I'm telling you now, lads.
It's graphic for a podcast. I'm prepared for all this.
We're feeling one today. I can already tell.
Honestly, mate, there's parents walking past me now, and they can see them animated beads of sweat falling off me.
Just make direct eye contact and display your dominance.
Honey, there's a problem with your father. I don't know what's happening with him.
Sir, could you not stare at my 8-year-old son while you're taking a shit?
Oh, dear.
All right, guys.
Hello, everybody.
It's been another busy week of video games. Unfortunately, nothing interesting has happened.
Nothing too interesting, though.
Not at all. It's just hard. I'm gonna rip off this fucking shirt, get an Xbox logo underneath. I should have shaved like an Xbox logo on my chest.
You don't need to go that far. You don't need to go that
man. I was legitimately looking for my Halo shirt, but I couldn't find it. All right, guys. A PlayStation showcase has happened, unfortunately. Happened about 24 hours ago. We're gonna go over the entire thing, each and every game. We're gonna relive this experience together.
I really don't want to.
It wasn't that bad, but yeah, I understand.
I genuinely don't want to. I just want to tell you how much I hate it, and then we just move on.
Okay. Steven Sims, let's just start with you then. What did you think of the podcast the showcase overall? Right,
listen,
don't get into individual games because we're gonna go over them. Okay.
No, right. You're right. Remember, when you were a kid, yeah, right, and your mum's like, "I've got a surprise for you," and I'm like, "What's the surprise?" And they're like, "You gotta wait." So then you're handing your mum, you're like, "Mum wants to," and then she's like, "You gotta wait," and then you're asking, and she's saying you're waiting, and you know what she pulls out? She pulls out a fucking bottle of deodorant. She's like, "Oh, you get to smell this, you get to have this on you today," and I'm like, "What the fuck, Mum?" Right? That's deodorant.
I thought I was getting a new toy.
I thought I was getting a fucking Buster Move 4 for the PS1. Yeah?
Yeah.
She screwed me over. This is what Jim Ryan did to me. Jim Ryan screwed me over. And if I have to see his sweet fucking grin on another showcase, this motherfucker, this arrogant, money-grabbing, toxic, fucking succession-looking motherfucker who's never played a game in his whole life, right? Gets to sit there and reads off a teleprompter. He's never fucking played a game in his life, and he's there going, "Oh, we're gonna have a great future in the PlayStation." And we're gonna no, fuck off. He's ruined PlayStation. The forecast for the next 6 years, it's ruined. There's no single player games. It's all fucking game. What the fuck is the game? Fucking Jade Raymond. Fuck off.
What did Jade do? We didn't even see Jade.
Fuck Jade! I never tell you about this. Fucking Jade Raymond for about 6 months. Oh, she's going to PlayStation. Oh, she left Stadia. Oh, all the games get cancelled. This is why fucking games get cancelled. Fair game. And then Square Enix, right? They give you the Oh, he's got one wing. He has. Oh, it's Final Fantasy. Oh no! It's a fucking phone game. A phone game.
I don't think it
And
is.
then they give you a Gran Turismo trailer. Like, this is fucking trailer.
I don't know if it was a good or bad idea to start with Sims, but
I don't know.
like,
I
I just
really
don't.
don't.
I don't know.
Fucking Gran Turismo. And then he comes back, doesn't he? Fucking Jim. Oh, look what we've got. We've got a stupid cell again with the Vita. Oh, and we'll let him off. I'll let him off. Fucking entrance. They were all right. But fuck up. And then he's like, oh, right. And I was like, oh, surely we're going to get to the big ones now. Fair enough. Spider-Man looked fucking sick. We'll get to that in a minute. But oh man, I'm so angry. Like, what did they show? They just said, oh, here's a bunch of games that we're gonna put out. They're gonna die. We're gonna shut down. It's gonna be a waste of money. And then in about 2 years' time, I'm gonna be interviewed again, or I'm gonna resign and go, yeah, that model didn't work out for us. What did you think, Daniel?
Well, I'm not as harsh as you, clearly, but I think
Garbage.
I think as a showcase itself of just games, like it's just a showcase of games, I think it was a pretty average showcase. Nothing too crazy. You know, it had some CG stuff. It had some gameplay and some other trailers. But as like a PlayStation showcase that should be showcasing first party games, it was a very bad showcase.
Yeah, I'm right there with
That's
you.
pretty much it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good showcase, like, overall. Like, there's a lot of games in there
Yeah.
when I break them all down that I'm gonna play, right? There's a lot of cool indies. There's a couple cool single-player games that look fun to me. But in terms of what this should have been, what this was, I don't even want to say PlayStation hyped it up to be, but what we all hyped it up to be, what we were all expecting after
I think we were pretty
PlayStation...
tame last week.
After PlayStation being quiet for 2 years, I think we were all in the right to expect a
More.
bigger showcase from them in their first party side here. And just getting 2 CGI trailers from 2 of their newer first party games, and we know absolutely nothing else about those games. 1 second party game, and then Spider-Man, which we already knew was going to be there. That ain't it. That ain't enough. It's not even close to enough. We come out of this with almost more questions than we have answers, you know. Even the games they did reveal on the first party side, we don't even know what the fuck they are. You know, all we got is CGI trailers of them. And we know they're supposed to be the live service games, but it's like we didn't even see gameplay. You can't even make up your mind on if that's going to be cool or not just based off those CGI trailers, you know, because there's a decent chance that what you saw in the CGI trailer isn't represented in the actual game at all with those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a good chunk of this we've already just known about.
Yeah,
and we got maybe a more expanded knowledge of it, like a Alan Wake 2. We'll get to that, but
it's just
it's like
the problem.
it's-
The
it-
biggest
it-
problem is
the-
we come out of this with no roadmap for PlayStation. Not really.
No,
There's a couple. We got a couple 2024s on those. I don't know if Fair Games had one, but the Concord one did. I remember, but
I don't think it did.
yeah, I know that one said 2024. So there's like a little bit more of a roadmap there, but still, ultimately, we don't know what a vast majority of PlayStation first party is doing.
Yeah.
And that's very disappointing for a PlayStation
sure.
showcase. They
I mean,
could
they
have
couldn't
easily
even-
called this a state of play and not had this backlash, but because you called it a showcase and that comes with expectations, and you've been quiet and haven't done one in 2 years, the expectations are going to be through the roof, and they know that. They fucking know that. They know that better than anyone. And then to just let out this, it's wildly disappointing.
I can't believe they didn't. We'll get to Spider-Man. I can't believe they didn't give a date for Spider-Man. I can't believe it.
That was the final kick in the teeth, wasn't it? You meant just kick me in the balls. Like what the fuck? What? That's your ace card. That's your big daddy moment.
Especially with showing like what
And
12 minutes or something of that game.
They're not giving me a date. They're not giving special edition side plates. They're not giving you special edition consoles. They're not. Nothing made sense. And I know that they're saying, "Oh, live service," but like not all these live service games can work. They're all just gonna eat each other's dinner, and then you're still competing against your Call of Duty. You're still competing against your Fortnite. I just don't get the idea. And then when you listen, and I know, jokes aside, but like you listen to Jim Ryan, and I don't believe him. I know, I didn't necessarily like Jack Trenton and stuff like that. You're like, oh, you're like, oh, I didn't have much, I felt like I had something in common with him. I felt like if I saw him,
I
it's like
like
Uncle
Sean
Phil. You
Layton a
see
lot.
Uncle Phil? That's who I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, Sean
Like,
Layton. Jeff
and I'm
Trent
like,
was like the first one, but Sean Layton, I liked Sean Layton a lot.
but
Sean Layton was
all
great.
them personalities though, like you felt like if you saw them, you could have a conversation with them, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, it's like look at Shu, hey, you Shu, right? I know Shu's a legend in his own right, but like if Shu
Yeah.
tweets out an indie, I'm like, you know what, Shu? If you he tweeted Chicory out, he tweeted something else. That never is it? And I'm like, you know what, Shu, man, I believe you, I trust you. Like, I just don't trust him. I just feel like he's never picked up a console.
Well, he's a
never picked up
businessman.
PlayStation console. He's right.
That's what he is.
He's a bollocks. He's fucking. The worst of the worst. He's Kendall fucking Roy. If you watch Succession, you know what I mean. He's just a cunt, a horrible wanker cunt who doesn't care except for the bottom line of PlayStation. And fair enough, but like for that showcase was for people that weren't gonna watch that showcase. So they're the people that play Call of Duty. And I'm like, oh, look at that new shooty game. Let's play that. Like this fair game is just a fucking glorified payday. Like, what's that about? Like, and then it's just basically like this whole showcase was aimed at people that don't play games like we play games. Like we tuned in for the single player experiences, the high quality visuals, the high the high in depth storytelling. But no, we got shooty bang bang for 90% of it. Oh, but this is a live service, and half of it didn't have gameplay to back it up. I mean, I just like I don't believe in the vision. I don't believe in the vision anymore. I don't believe in it. Like, why do I own this console twice? What what I mean? Like, it's just what am I got to look forward to? There's no Last of Us. There's no Spider-Man 2 ain't got a date. Like, where's the next? Where's the Sucker Punch teaser? Give me a Sucker Punch teaser. Give me fucking Jin Sakai, like fucking just pulling out his sword and going, oh, here we go again. The Mongols are back. Fine.
I mean,
sad.
they did it with God of
Nothing.
War, right? They did it with
Why
Ragnarok.
not
They
do
just
it
showed a
again, then?
logo. Yeah.
There's
I mean,
nothing. There's nothing.
I
to
love
look
that
forward
image
to.
of Jin just standing there and like watching ships come in. He's like, "Oh shit, here we go again."
they literally remake the meme.
I just
No,
Play
you
English.
did touch on that a little, Sibs, with the even with the live service games though. I don't even feel like they portrayed that well with just the
Worse
CGI
factions.
trailers. Like you said, this is for like the Call of Duty fans and like shit like that. But it's like I don't even think you show those guys this, they'd be excited at all, or even
It's
know
the
what the
CG
fuck
trailer.
they're looking at. Yeah, they have no idea. They see the Fair Games trailer and they're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. They have no idea that's a live service game, a multiplayer game, or anything.
Yeah. I mean, where was Factions? I mean, that should have been the very first live service they're going to do, right? That wasn't even here.
That should be.
I guess we can get into that, yeah, real quick. With Factions, it's like, now I'm worried that Naughty Dog is going too far with this game. This was supposed to be a little, like, side project that was being made after Last of Us Part 2, and, like, maybe not internally it was that, but I feel like fans have been viewing it as, like, oh, okay, they're just making a little side project multiplayer game, and then we'll get on to the bigger single-player thing. Now it's going to be 4 years later at the very least from Last of Us Part 2 to Last of Us Multiplayer. And then we're still waiting on a single player game from Naughty Dog to come out this gen.
I think that Neil has a different team. So I think this is a smaller team within them, but like still, even with that fact, it's like
still, it just seems like it seems like that is going to be a full-fledged Naughty Dog game now at this point, and that's not what their audience wants. And it's And it's just, I feel like they're going too far now. Like, what if that game doesn't come out till 2025? You guys spent 5 years on this multiplayer game. Hopefully it's great, but it's just like, no one really wanted that from you guys to begin with.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
that should have been the first thing. If they're going into first party, if they're going into this bullshit of like live service games, multiplayer, shooty bang bang, that should be there. Like, this is, if we're Sony. We got the highest quality of single player games. This should be like, this is what our live service game. This is the stuff I'm talking.
Yeah, the only ones that have earned a CGI trailer that you can do that with is Bungie with Marathon. That's it. Yeah. Those are the only guys that have earned that. 2 new studios having CGI trailers for multiplayer games, that shows you absolutely nothing of the game and gives you absolutely nothing to be excited about.
Yeah, well, Bungie is proven.
Exactly.
Has Bungie ever really actually made a bad video game? I don't think so. Even if, like, some expansions for Destiny or whatever have not been as good as some others, but like Bungie has a level of quality and a bar of quality that they've always had, and their CG trailers are always great. Even the Destiny one here was great. Like, it just Yeah, Marathon was the one that I think they can get away with.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the only company that has earned that because you see the Bungie logo and you know to get excited. Haven
Yeah.
does not do that because they are a brand new studio that have
new,
never
yeah.
produced a game. The Firewalk does not do that because no one can even tell you what the fuck Firewalk's made.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart.
Okay,
Alright, 1 minute.
let's get into it.
I was not gonna say.
Sure. First game they showed was Fair Games with a money symbol at the end. This is developed by Haven Studios. There's no date. It's coming to PS5. And I will give PlayStation credit for this one thing, is they said and PC, presumably day one for these live service games. Smart,
I think,
right?
Didn't Herman Hulse say that, like, was that last year or 2021?
Yeah, but there's
He was
something
like-
going on recently where I think it was Jim Ryan that said we're gonna look at those and it'll be 2 to 3 years after or
I
whatever.
thought that was for single player.
Hopefully that's what he was talking about. I don't think
Yeah.
he differentiated the two, but
Okay.
yeah, I just that's smart, right? They needed to do that with these live service games for them to succeed.
Gotta have as big of an audience as you can.
Exactly. But yeah, Fair Games got CGI trailer again. We talked about it before. And yeah, here it is. I hated the tone of this game.
Yeah.
I guess the
it was
opening
okay.
was kind of cool. The opening in the trailer with like those black and white cartoons and like I get it going for the whole steal from the rich, give to the poor thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like who knows how well that's going to be executed story-wise in this, considering it is just a multiplayer game. Other than
Seemed like an
that,
extraction type of game, like they're getting in there, they're stealing something and leaving or something like that.
yeah, heist. I don't know. Are they going for a
Yeah.
payday vibe here? Something like that. It's
Yeah. Maybe.
who knows how in depth. Again, we didn't get gameplay, so we have no idea. And now, what bothers me now is we're all just left to draw our own conclusions about these games and what they're gonna be and stuff like that. We're
And
gonna
people
be
will run away with
theorizing.
it, right?
Exactly. Everyone's gonna build it up in their head, what it's supposed to be, yada yada yada, and it's just we're gonna see the actual product, and it's not gonna be that. I just feel if you're gonna come in with a trailer for a new live service game, you gotta show gameplay. You gotta make it look cool and
Something.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
And I'm mostly with you with the CG aspect of it. The vibe wasn't completely for me, but I think the
Hated
the
vibe.
trailer
It was
itself,
like Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
We're fun
I
punk
think I
rock
like Watch Dogs too,
hackers.
though.
Yeah,
I
I,
think
I
that's a cool
don't.
vibe.
I just don't like that vibe. I don't know. Something about it was like. I remember when Watch Dogs 2 came out. I was watching Mr. Robot at the time, and they're like going for the same
yeah.
thing, but one's tonally different from the other. And I just like
Yeah.
the Mr. Robot. Everything's
Yeah.
depressing
Way more
tone
serious. Yeah.
more than I like the let's go have fun and hack these guys and steal from the rich.
What I'll say is Fair Games. That's an awful name for a video game. That's a very bad name for a
I
video
liked it until they put the money symbol in.
game. That's even worse.
Yeah, the
It
money
makes it
symbol's
worse.
worse. But
Fair
like,
Games, not.
I don't necessarily mind the game. Carry on, sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. The CG trailer I thought was fine. Didn't really. I wanted more. I thought we'd have more from this game, but
And they just really set a tone with this, right?
They
When you
did.
saw this
Yes.
first, it was like,
Looking back.
it was like, I was like, no, why are we starting with this? I wanted Spider-Man to start, But
yeah, if they started with Spider-Man, you're like, okay, well, at the end they gotta have you.
yeah,
something even bigger,
you
right?
would have been hyped because you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be great if you're starting
Yeah.
with Spider-Man, Okay, continuing on then. Next game, Helldivers 2. This is a second-party game from PlayStation, developed by Arrowhead. So, obviously, a sequel to Helldivers 1. Then, I think you said you played a little bit of the first game, right?
Yeah. It's a fun, charming little game. Top down. I think you go up to 4 people. And I remember having a lot of fun because
So, is it? Sorry to interrupt, but is it different now? Like the
I think
the
it
game?
is.
Yeah. Okay.
In this trailer,
That's what I
there's
thought.
more of a behind the. Maybe they're messing a lot more with the camera in general. The original was top down, and this one looked to be more of a normal kind of third-person shooter. But I don't fully know. The snippets of gameplay in this trailer were very far in between. Again, like I kind of. If you're gonna show some gameplay, like don't do a bunch of cuts unless it's like matched to music or something where you're like montaging. But like, just kind of show me a second of it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I guess they could have gone. This is more what I wanted though from the CGI trailers with
Sure.
the other two, right? This is more what I wanted with at least there was gameplay in there and I can get a visual
Yeah.
idea of what I'm going to be playing.
It gave me big Starship Trooper vibes, and I love Starship
Yeah.
Troopers. I love that movie.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. This just seems like a 4-player co-op type thing, right? Run around,
Yeah.
shoot shit with your friends.
I
So.
may play it, may
Yeah,
not. I'm
maybe
not
it'd be
sure.
fun. This would be a great PS Plus day one thing if they could get that
Ooh,
done.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
it'd be a great that type of game, I think, but not something I'm necessarily interested in buying.
Yeah, me too.
2023 though, so at least it's here. This was one of the leaked in that NVIDIA leak, so
Yeah, it leaked a while ago.
a
yeah.
while ago, yeah. So it finally is. Next game then, Immortals of Abraham was shown off again. Got a new trailer for that. I believe we've had the release date for a while. Coming out July 20th, by Ascendant Studio.
Yeah.
Which I think I read was one of the former Dead Space directors.
Okay.
He jumped over.
Oh
did
yes.
this.
I think last time we talked about this game, he did an interview with Ben from MinMax.
Yeah.
And he was talking about all his stuff. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah,
It's a really great interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems really cool. I hope this game succeeds. I like to see new IP. It doesn't. Every time I see this game, I'm like, it seems like it's like 2 steps from being like great. But
It's
I
got
hope
mad
it's
6
good.
out of 10, 7 out of 10 vibes for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like a good game. I hope that it goes over the bar and it's like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. So
I think
I'm
it'll
kind
be one of
rooting for
those that's good to pick up on a sale, right? Something
Yeah.
like that, play through it. I think it'll be a fun one for that.
I think visually it's doing some cool stuff. So yeah, I hope this game is good.
I like the Doctor Strange powers,
Yeah,
Go
there's
with
some
that
cool
shit.
stuff.
I'm cool with it. Next game then, Ghost Runner 2, sequel to Ghost Runner, coming out sometime this year, just for next gen consoles and PC. Current gen, sorry. Daniel, Ghost Runner 2, was this announced before?
Yes, we've
Yeah.
known about this game.
Have we?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is
not
just the first trailer or whatever.
I think it's only been like, yeah, we're working on it. I don't think we've even seen like a logo or anything before. So yeah, this
Okay.
wasn't brand new, but yeah, I played a little bit of Ghost Runner. I think it was someone got it for me for like a gift. It was like a Christmas gift or something, and I played a good chunk of it. It's a fun game. It was missing a little something that I think I got eventually with Neon White.
Yeah.
But they're kind of in the similar vein. It's like Ghost Runner's a little different. So I really want to see more gameplay, like especially if this is coming out this year. We barely it's just another CG trailer.
Yeah, it looked like a lot like the first game from what I was seeing. But
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the first game too. I liked it. It's one of those I should definitely be all over this, right? Should definitely be into it. It's definitely my cup of tea. So maybe I'll check out the sequel and like it a bit more than I did in that first game. It was just yeah, I don't know what the hell why I didn't get into the first game as much as I wanted to, but
Sounds like you're right in the same boat with me.
yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something else that came out or whatever. But whatever. I'm down to check out a sequel to that. Next game then, Phantom Blade Zero. This is a new game. It looked cool. Got a new trailer. Some lengthy gameplay looks in there as well. Coming to PS5 and PC. No date, no window, no nothing. Daniel, what'd you think of this one?
It looks okay. We're getting a lot of From Software clones and Souls-like clones, and they're not all going to succeed. And we had one this year with Wolong, which Wolong was reviewed very well. It reviewed good, and I know that that's not even hitting the bar of quality that a From game is. And it just seems like everyone's trying to aim that high, trying to go after that audience, and I just don't know if very many of them can even do that. We'll see what Liza P can do, right? That's I guess the next up. This game had a cool vibe to it, but I don't know. It didn't really blow me away or anything.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool. I only have the mental capacity for one of these a year. Is what I'm realizing. I can't do too many Souls games over and over again. So it's like I gotta pick and choose which ones I'm doing. Yeah, Liza P right now is the one that aesthetically and just everything put together is the one that looks the coolest to me right now. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that one. And it's just this one's going to come out probably 2024, 2025 when there's going to be a whole bunch of other ones coming out. So we'll see. It might just get lost in the whole thing of the big wave of these games coming in, right?
Yeah. I can't remember who's making this.
It was some, I don't know, some Asian studio. It was some newer studio. It might have been a Chinese studio, something like that. Okay. So I don't know. It's cool to see games come out of different regions, right? We're getting that
Oh,
more
for
and
sure.
more, right?
Yeah.
Getting that Korean game from
Oh, I
Stellar
was just,
Blade. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just
Forget.
thinking, like,
Where the
where's
fuck was
Stellar
Stellar
Blade?
Blade? You know?
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That game's supposed to be this year. I
Yeah,
need
but like the more
I need to get
games we
that
can
game.
get out of that, like I know PlayStation announced that whole India thing a couple weeks ago, that
Oh, true.
India
Yeah.
initiative. Yeah, the more games we can get out from these different regions, the better. You know, the more cooler
For
ideas
sure.
we're gonna get, the more unique
Yeah.
ideas we're gonna get. So I'm down for all that. I can't wait for the big wave of Chinese games to come through. Honestly,
Yeah. 100%. There's a bunch of them. Where was that? Where's that Metal Gear looking like action game? You remember that? It looked like this lady looked like she was out of Metal Gear and she was fighting a big Metal Gear mech.
I don't remember that one. No,
We talked about it on the show, and
we?
I linked to a trailer at the time. This must have been 2021, like beginning of 2021, and
Okay.
we haven't seen anything about that game.
Yeah, yeah. So
There's
yeah,
a bunch of
once
those
all these
games.
games
Where's
start coming through,
Where's
it'll be cool.
Wukong, right? Or what was the name of that
Yeah,
game?
what is that the game where you play as that
Or not.
monkey?
Yeah, what was the name of that game?
Did that
I
come
can't
out?
remember. No, it got delayed. It's supposed to be this
Oh,
year.
was it Black Mist?
Black Myth Wukong
Myth.
or something.
That
like
was it, not Mist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
So a whole bunch of them coming through. Yeah, I look forward to seeing more of it. Next game, Sword of the Sea. This is made by Giant Squid Games, coming with PS5 and PC. No data or anything. This one caught my eye for sure. This is
When we were talking
definitely-
last night, this is the one I forgot. I forgot about this game.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I think
This
so.
game looked cool.
I played Abzu and the Pathless. Neither of those like blew me away or anything.
I like Abzu. The
Yeah,
Pathless
they're-
I couldn't get into.
They were cool enough, you know. They were cool enough to like play and beat, I thought, but not really something that ever stuck with me. This one looks cool. They're like, oh, we're gonna add in a skateboard this time, and I'm like, okay, I'm
skating in the
maybe
sand.
maybe that's the element you guys were missing, right? Maybe this will really push that game up for me. So yeah, I'm definitely into it. I'll play anything they make really at this point, so I'm down. But you add in a skateboard, yeah, I'm all over it.
It seems is Austin Wintory doing the music to this too? 'Cause I think he did both.
Did he do
and the
Abzu?
Pathless.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he is.
I assume that's gonna be a that's
Really
gonna
cool
slap.
imagery with like he was going down the hill and then the dolphins in the air in the background.
Yeah,
I was like, that's
yeah.
dope. That's dope. So
There were
yeah,
some really cool shots in it.
for sure. I'm hoping this is like their best game yet. So
Did we get a date?
I'm rooting for them. No date, not even a window.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year, I'd assume. Next game, the Talos Principle 2, coming out sometime in
Yeah.
2023. Daniel, I never played the original.
Played it a bit.
What is this? Some sort of puzzle game?
Yeah, it's a puzzle game with like you got little contraptions and stuff, and like you're dealing with like there's some weird mechanics to it. I couldn't really get into it. I know that the first game has a really hardcore audience that people really like the first game, so it's awesome. It's getting a sequel.
Cool. I love puzzle games, so maybe this is something I'd check out. But
Yeah, maybe look into the first game.
yeah, see if it's on a
It might
sale
be
or something.
up
Maybe
your
check
alley.
out the first game. Yeah, I am playing a lot of puzzle games right now, so I don't really know if I want to take on another one. But yeah, looks cool. Next game then, I don't know if Sims is here. I know he's really excited about this one, but Neva coming out from Normata Studios,
They
published
made-
by
they made,
Devolver
Greed.
Digital. Yeah, Greece,
Mhm.
whatever.
I think it's Greed. I think they're French.
Okay,
It's Greed.
Silent S.
Yeah.
Coming out sometime in 2024 for Switch, PS5, Series X, PC. Daniel, what did you
Yeah.
think of this one?
I really love Greed. That's a great game. It's
Never
very
played it.
beautiful. It's that got a really watercolory vibe to it. It's very, very beautiful game. It gets a little repetitive at times in terms of its gameplay. Its aesthetic is awesome. So I guarantee you this game's going to be gorgeous when you actually see the game. Like that little cinematic story bit that they have there. I think they're trying to tug at your heartstrings with the wolf, but it's gonna. I assume they're gonna go with a similar watercolory vibe. That's kind of the vibe I got from the trailer. So I want to see more of this game.
Yeah, I'm always down for artsy indies, you know. So whatever, throw it
Yeah.
at me. Is Grease on PlayStation and
It's
Xbox
everywhere.
and all that? It's everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like doing in that game? What's the gameplay?
It's a 2D platformer.
Okay,
With like some puzzle stuff.
maybe I wouldn't like it though.
Yeah, if you're not looking for a 2D platformer, then no.
Yeah,
Maybe just look up some gameplay so you could see like its art style because I think you'd really like it.
Okay.
It's got good music too.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Cool trailer. Art style is obviously gorgeous. So
Yeah, it's been a few years for them, so like they've been making this game for a little while now.
okay. Next game, Cat Quest: Pirates of the Caribbean. What a
good name.
Game of the show, right? Jesus. You play as a little yellow cat. You drive a ship. You meow. You know, coming out sometime in 2024. Coming everywhere.
Yeah.
Daniel, you informed me that this was apparently a series, which I had no idea.
The third game in the
This
series.
is the third game of the series. Oh man, the Cat Quest series. How is that not just taking over the world by now? You know,
That's a great question.
where's
I
the
only
Cat
know
Quest movie?
because- It's a good question. I
Zach-
know because
Zach
I'm an Easy Allies
Galifianakis
fan. He plays the cat.
plays the cat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an Easy Allies fan, and Brandon Jones from Easy Allies loves Cat Quest. So I know he like normally, you know, if you know anything about Easy Allies and Brandon's usually the voiceover guy for Easy Allies. Every now and then he'll go and do a actual review himself. So back when Cat Quest 2 came out, he did like a review for it.
Okay, interesting. Well, Cat Quest. I had no idea yours. I will now binge play every Cat Quest game. till the end of
Better.
time.
I better. This is only 3 games you're gonna play. I better hear about you playing them. You were hyping this game up.
This is a game of the show. I mean, clearly. I just like the meow at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
That got me. That got me. It's the only thing that put a smile on my face this whole time.
The only thing that made you smile
was the
cat's
meow. Next game, Daniel. This is the true game of the show. Foam Stars, developed and published by Square Enix. Code of PS4 and 5. No date. No nothing. Daniel, Foam Stars, you got to be all about this, right?
Well, number one, I'm a Splatoon fan. I love Splatoon.
Here you go, then. I mean, surely you'll like this.
I mean, no, this was like Splatoon meets Rocket Arena. Do you remember Rocket Arena?
They all get confused in my head.
That was
I
that
have no
EA
idea.
game, the EA original, where they like were on skates or whatever. They were jumping into this thing, and it looked like Fortnite or whatever.
That
It was
wasn't
like a
Destruction All
3-player
Stars. That wasn't the same
No,
thing.
it was like a 3-player action game, like third person action game, multiplayer, and yeah, this kind of reminded me of that with Splatoon stuff. This just didn't look good.
No, this looked like they saw Splatoon and they made this game in like a matter of 2 months, and they were just like, okay, here we go,
this is
guys.
Square Enix.
We got it, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Square's got to put out one stupid ass game every year, right? We had Ballin' Wonderworld last year or whatever, or the
That was
year
2
before.
years ago.
I have no idea. That's probably this team making this, right? So,
No.
yeah. It
hope
did
so.
not. It did not look good, just aesthetically and all that. And I'm not
No.
into Splatoon anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It's just
It kind of felt like they were trying to do a
I
little
didn't
bit
like
of like
anything about it.
Overwatch with like their characters being so upfront.
sure.
It's like, I don't know. They're not gonna hit that crowd.
Yeah, no, looked real bad, real bad.
I don't like the name either.
Foam Stars. Yeah, it is a weird
Yeah,
name.
no.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there, Square. What you're thinking.
The game's
Next,
dead already. I
watch
feel
it
bad for
get
the
super big. Like, watch this
I
be the
feel so
next
bad for
Fortnite.
those developers. I really do. They will never do that.
Well, why'd they make this? You know, I don't. You can't feel too bad. You guys
Maybe
made
they.
it.
Yeah, who knows? Upper management.
They made them make Foam Stars. That's what they thought.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
that's how it works.
Square's drinking the drugs, I guess. Next up, The Plucky Squire got a new trailer coming out sometime in 2023, coming everywhere. Daniel, this game looked incredible.
Yeah, can't wait to play it on Game Pass.
Can't wait to play it on Game Pass. There you go.
You know, yeah, this game looks great. It keeps looking great. I remember when we got that first trailer last year, right? I was blown away last year. I think that was a game that we all really liked last year. So the more we keep seeing of it, it's supposed to be this year. I hope maybe at the new Xbox conference or something like that, we'll get actual like firm date. But yeah, I'm very excited for this game. This game looks really cool.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come out in like the middle of fall with all these big games coming out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be like first week of September.
looks really cool. Give me a little bit of Captain Toad vibes, you know, a little bit of Mario Odyssey vibes, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm super into it. Looked really cute. Yeah, looks awesome.
Yeah, very charming.
Next game, I don't even remember. Oh, I do remember this one. Teardown by Tuxedo Labs.
Oh, yeah.
This game's already on PC, coming to consoles sometime in 2023.
Yeah, it's been out for. I think it's been out. I think it came out in 2020, early access, and I think 2021 was its full release.
Yeah, kind of looked like
I
a
think.
hyperrealistic Minecraft type thing going for. I don't know what
It's
they're going for.
visuals. Yeah, it's got like a voxel visual style,
Yeah.
and then basically how the if no one actually knows about how the game is set up, you basically like go to these different levels and you have to like plan out your heist to do an objective, and then you do it. You go and do that whole thing, and then you try to leave, and you're like it's on a timer and stuff. But everything is like destructible. You can blow up all the walls, and everything is just you can light things on fire and stuff. It's a really cool looking game. I never got to play it, but
Do people like this game
know.
like on PC?
Yeah.
Is the PC audience there
very
for
popular.
it? Is it? Okay, cool.
Yes, this game is very big. Yeah, this game is surprisingly he's probably going to sell pretty well on console.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, come to consoles sometime this year. Next game then, Metal Gear Solid Delta got announced. Come to Xbox, PS5, PC. No date, anything like that. Just got CGI trailer for this. Daniel, this has been heavily rumored for quite a while now. I kind of feel like that took away a lot of the pop for this. Imagine if the rumors didn't exist and stuff like that. It would have been a way bigger deal.
We have rumors for years now.
Yeah, for years now. So unfortunately for everyone, this did leak, and so I feel like it didn't really get the pop that maybe it deserves, maybe it doesn't.
I'm also going to be honest. That trailer wasn't very good.
You didn't like the trailer, huh?
I
thought it was cool with the animals eating each other.
I thought it was fine for some other game. Like, I don't know. I don't even mind like a teaser for this, like it's cool. Like, I know this game's probably still a few years away, so like I don't know. It really did not do anything for me. They kind of get me at the end with the actual like the theme song. They didn't fully play out. Like, how are you gonna tease us with a theme song and just not play the full theme song? Come on, you're crazy. And then I don't know. Seeing my boy Big Boss there, I don't know. It was cool to see him.
What a thrill!
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, Nick's
legendary.
Hi, Nick.
He's been in here for a few minutes.
I didn't even notice. Yeah, I thought it was a cool trailer. Like I said, we've known this is coming for a while now, so it didn't really do anything for me. This is actually the game that turned me off to stealth games just entirely when I was a kid. Rented this from Blockbuster once, and I just remember hiding in a bush waiting for a guy to walk by, and then I was like, I don't like stealth games, and
he found you, and then you were horrified.
Yeah, now I'm a grown man, and I'm still like, I'm not too big on stealth games still. You know what I mean? So I look forward to giving it another try. Not necessarily something I'm like super hyped for or anything, but I'll definitely pick this up when it comes out.
Yeah, it's the next genre we got to get you into, right?
Stealth. Yeah, I guess.
Stealth.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a turn-based boy now.
Yeah,
so.
we're going for stealth next. All right. Well,
stealth next. Yeah.
Look forward to that. Nick, Metal Gear.
I'm hyped for it a little bit. I need to see some gameplay of it, and who's the development team for this game?
Virtuos.
Why aren't they saying? Yeah. It is weird that they're not.
They're not saying, and that's very odd. But it's 100%.
Why is no one saying? What's the big secret? I feel like we all know.
Because Konami's weird. It's Konami. Konami's a weird, weird company. It's definitely Virtuos. Like if everything has been seemingly right with this leak, like there's no way it's not Virtuos.
With the no gameplay in the trailer, this is actually one where, much like Bungie with Marathon, I feel like they've earned that. At least the Metal Gear game has earned that. Plus, this is just a remake. I don't necessarily mind that there was no. Yeah, I know fans are look, I'm not a Metal Gear fan, so I know people are bothered by that. I could care less.
If they don't change anything, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, if they start like messing with dialogue, anything like that, you're gonna upset a lot of people.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
because you're touching Kojima's stuff. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I think they said the OG voice cast is coming back for it.
Yes.
So I mean,
gotta have David Hayter, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sold on that. You got David coming back. Yeah. But if they try to touch any of that story parts or anything, then I'm out. I'm gonna be upset. You don't touch that story. And like I said, and it's gotta come down to the gameplay. I mean, if they just rip off Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay, put it in 3, I'll be kind of interested.
I still think 3 holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, when they came out with I think it Subsistence.
Well, even that like HD pack the Blue Point did, that like updated HD version, that version of the game I think holds up pretty well. It's not like it's not perfect, but I think it still holds up.
Yeah, but we shall see. I mean, like I said, the trailer threw me off because my friend was like, "Oh, it's an Ant-Man game." And I was like, "You sure?"
Tokyo
It's still
Jungle.
an Ant-Man game.
That would have been cool.
Tokyo Jungle or Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an Ant-Man game. Why? Because he saw
And
the
then
ant.
the snake,
Okay, I get his logic.
snake coming out of the water. I'm like, what is this, Anaconda game or something? What is going on?
Snakes on a plane.
Just-
The game.
It's just a new survival game. You just play as snakes.
To go along with this announcement, they announced Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1. No date, supposed to come out sometime fall 2023, though. This pack consists of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3.
And actually, I think it's 5 games. It includes Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Ooh, interesting.
The
Didn't
old
know that.
games, yeah. So I think this is a 5-game pack. So I think if they're going to do another volume, I assume it's going to be 4 Peace Walker, 5, and that's it. Yeah.
Survive. Oh well,
And
Survive.
survive. You got to do it. You gotta do it.
You can put what's the one with Raiden?
Oh,
Rise?
Revengeance.
Revenge.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Yeah, you can throw that in
So
there.
good. No, that's an all-time great right there. Yeah, it's a different type of game, but sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're throwing Survive in there. You have to.
You have to. You need it.
A must. Oh, then you got Ground Zeroes. You could throw Ground Zeroes in it.
Yeah. A lot of Metal Gear games. They'll probably stretch
Yeah.
this out if I had to imagine.
Yeah, what about like the handheld, all the PSP games?
So, like,
Acid
are we
and-
just gonna get? I know 3 is supposed to be the first one in canon, right? The story wise, it's the first game. So, are we gonna get like what comes after 3? Then is it 1?
I think 5.
5? Okay, we're gonna remake 5 already after this.
In terms of timeline, I think it's 5, and then I think
5,
it's
okay.
Metal Gear 1 and 2,
Okay,
and then
4.
1.
Oh, you're forgetting
then
Peace
Solid.
Walker.
Okay,
Or no, you're right. Then it's Peace Walker. You're right. And then it might be Metal Gear Solid 1, 2.
Then
4.
Solid.
so do we think Konami's gonna pull a Capcom here and just keep
Do all
remaking
of
these
them?
games?
Yeah.
Yeah, do all of them
Not even
eventually.
remake. They're gonna just want them playable because that's what this collection is. Is just be playable.
That's what the
so-
collection is, but as far as like the remake goes, are they gonna
Oh,
continuously remake, all the mainline Metal Gear games?
I think we
Well,
have to
yeah,
know what
we-
this is first.
Sure.
Yeah, we got to see the results of this remake
Yeah.
first before we even go
We
ahead
need to know
and
if
do
it's a full
right?
ground up. Yeah, like what is this? I don't think we still know fully what it is. And if it is going to be like an RE2 type of thing, then maybe if they're going to go with like a new canon. But guess what, Nick? If they start messing with stuff, that's it. I'm done. I don't even like
Right.
Konami, so I like some of their games, but I don't like
There's a
Konami. I don't
Panko
like.
machine in the game somewhere.
Oh no, that's all the actual gameplay is. It's just pachinko.
I mean, have you seen the CG for the Metal
Yeah, it looks
Gear
great.
3?
It looks
Yeah,
great. It makes me
fucking
so sad.
amazing. And I was like, ugh.
Next up, then, Towers of
That was just good.
Axaba. Going with that. This was
Something like
the Zelda lookalike / Tachia / whatever the fuck. Interesting how they had
Shadow of the
the
Colossus.
some of the building mechanics already from Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, damn, y'all got that quick.
Man, they're quick.
Yeah,
In 2
and then
weeks.
I like to think the developers are like sitting there playing their Switch, and then they like add that into the game. And they're like, "Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, let's throw that in. Yeah, shit." Guys, this game looked kind of cool. I thought.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more.
Yeah.
It's something that I need to see more before I commit to like wanting to buy it or anything, want to play it. But yeah, it's interesting. They're definitely going for a Breath of the Wild meets like some other like Team Eco games, like Shadow of the Colossus, stuff like that. There's like some survival aspects that I was kind of seeing to it. We'll see. It looked interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if they
Something-
were going for more of a survival game than Tears of the Kingdom is. So we'll have to wait and see. Nick, this game do anything for you?
Pass.
Pass. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool, but looks aren't everything. It, like you said, it's got Zelda vibes, Chia vibes, and from what I'm seeing, it looked like Shadow of the Colossus vibe. You jumping, flying off the sky, and landing on these big ass creatures. I don't know what's going on. I can't even tell what the game is supposed to be. So either it's a survival game, adventure game. I don't know. It didn't do anything for me.
Next game, then they showed off another trailer for Final Fantasy 16. I muted the TV and looked at my phone.
Really didn't need to have this trailer. We've seen so much of this game.
Yeah,
already.
this and the we'll get into the other Street Fighter one. I'm like, these games are a
Yeah,
month
we didn't
away.
need that
This is-
either.
A showcase is not the place for these. You know, it is.
It felt like padding.
I understand you guys got to do marketing and stuff, and there's probably
Yeah.
contract obligations, so they have to throw these in here. But it's just like I do not, especially with Square and trailers, you cannot trust those motherfuckers because they will just throw like end game shit at you in trailers, you know. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I don't need to be sold more on Final Fantasy.
I'll be
16.
honest. If you would have watched, it was fine. It was just the same stuff we've seen before. Just
Okay.
remixed. It wasn't anything.
Nick, I believe you said you're not super into Final Fantasy 16, right?
No, see, like I figured, they show that trailer and be like at the end, oh, play the demo tonight or right after the conference. Nothing. I'm like, well, I don't. Still not obligated to play this game. If you threw that demo at me, I'd be like, okay, let me give it a try, and maybe you might change my tone.
Yeah, that at least would have been hype, right? Like that. At least there's something there.
Yeah.
Okay, next game then. Alan Wake 2 got its not reveal trailer, but got another full trailer here. Got a release date October 17th, 2023. Next big game from Remedy. This was my game of the show. I love this trailer. I thought this looked incredible. This looked exactly like I wanted it to be. Looks scary as fuck. Alan Wake's back.
Two playable characters now?
Yeah, two playable characters.
Cool.
So there are some more details that came out with this. I can read them
hit
here.
Hit me with them.
Let me find them on my phone.
I do want to say this release date, basically a late birthday present for me.
When's your birthday?
The 16th.
October 16th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You could literally play it that day in the very last hour if you wanted. So
Hey,
there you go. Happy birthday, Daniel.
Spooky
The other details, it's a psychological horror, obviously. Can be played without playing the first game. It'll have two playable protagonists, Alan Wake and Sega Anderson, who was the
How do you spell that?
Saga, Saga, whatever. Sega. I just go Sega.
Just you want to say
Which is interesting. Two playable characters, right? I don't know.
She seemed interesting.
I don't know if they said how they're doing this yet. If you like pick one or the other first to start with, or if it goes back and forth. Yeah, narrative wise.
It seemed like you start the game with her.
Yeah,
and you were leading to Alan.
And Alan still trapped in that room. If I played Alan Wake Remastered last year, and I played through the DLC. That whole DLC, I was like, oh, he's gonna get out of this room at some point because spoilers.
Wasn't he like at the bottom of the lake?
Yeah, well, I think it's like mentally he's at the bottom of the lake.
Okay.
I actually haven't played the first one, and after watching that trailer, I want to play it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it.
Sorry. He's at the bottom of a lake. Whatever.
You did it again. You said it again.
I would just imagine he was talking about Jason Voorhees at the bottom of a lake somewhere. Okay,
yeah.
That's what was going on. But no, it looked awesome. I just thought graphically this game looks super sick.
Looks great.
Yeah, I think the story
Remedy's
sounds awesome.
Tech is awesome.
Love me a good like horror cop story. That sounds really fun.
Shout out to the homie Sam Lake.
Sam Lake, the other
partner.
cop. How quick is he gonna die? Very quick, if I had to guess. He's fucking dead. Oh, it actually says here their stories can be played in any order. So interesting. Yeah. Maybe you are picking one or the other. I don't know. What else do we got here? Several handcrafted locations. Bright Falls. Shout out to Bright Falls being back. I guess.
Yeah, we're going back.
But that's fucking. I never thought I'd have like nostalgia for Bright Falls, but as soon as they showed the town in the trailer,
it came out in 2011.
It's old. Yeah, it's a very old game now at this point. Fuck, I'm getting old. But yeah, it was really cool just to see that back and look all pretty and stuff. And then comes out October 17th. Can't wait. Just shot up to my most anticipated list. So I'm
sure.
Right there.
Give me Hellblade in October as well, and that'll be in October right there.
We do got to talk about this, especially since Nick's here. Digital only. Very interesting choice. This is like one of the first big AAA games to go digital only, and it's just very interesting. Nick, I know you. I don't know if you have to get physical, but your internet sounds like it's very slow.
It's a lot easier to get physical than it is digital where I'm living at. I mean, it's just going to take a couple of hours. I mean, if we have the preload thing, then I'm be all right, and I'll play it day one. It's just the fact, I don't have enough hard drive space on my PlayStation or my Xbox or anything like that. So constantly have to delete and move stuff around. I'd rather have it physical. So if I really want to replay it or pop it back in, I'll have it right there, ready to go. But I mean, it's not gonna kill me. I know certain people will be like, "Oh man, I want that physical edition," but
Some
the
people like to
reason
resell.
for yeah, I mean, the reason for it is like, well, because it would knock the $70 price tag off is strange to me. I'm like, so I guess the 10 extra dollar went into the marketing and
Shipping maybe.
shipping and all that. So that's interesting because you don't see that being talked about with everybody else in their like little team.
To be fair to Remedy and Sam Lake, they are a very open studio, and like they always kind of have been. Like that's something that I really like about Remedy and Sam. It's like they are open about stuff like that, and like for them to charge less just for in general in a sea of games just going up or nickel and diming you with all these different editions and pre-order bonuses and stuff like.
Yeah, well, like like physical games now, even with like say Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, had all that, had nice packaging and everything, and the game wasn't even on the damn disc. You still had to download it. So I was out of luck on that boat right there. I was like, well, I just paid for a damn packaging.
Yeah,
But,
I forgot there
I
have been
mean,
a few
like I said,
games
it's
like
not a
that.
total loss.
Yeah, I forgot there have been a few games like that that have just come out and just been on the disc anyway. So I guess that is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor did the same thing. That's why I'm like, I was hesitant on buying that right off the gate. I was like, well, yeah, I'll just wait. Not saying it's ever gonna come. The full game's gonna be on the disc. I just like pass it up because there's other things I wanted to play before then.
Yeah, I've been
But
all
yeah.
digital for years now anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But the internet was mad at this. I was reading some comments and people were not happy about that. So
I'm all digital except for Switch exclusives. I
Sure.
buy those physical, and that's just because the Switch has no memory. So I have like my whole stack of Switch games right there. You can see right there. But
And the price of Nintendo games never go down.
no, so it doesn't really matter if I buy it, digital or physical or whatever. So I'll just get the physical.
I got a fat ass memory card or whatever the fuck for Switch.
Yeah.
With that, and I have so many games downloaded on Switch. It's crazy, and there's still so much space. So,
because their games are also small. Like Tears of the Kingdom's like 16 gigs. It's insane.
Like literally every game I bought for Switch is downloaded on there, and I still have like half the space left.
I want to throw a little thing out there real quick before you move on. Percentage chance, because it's the same universe, is Jesse Faden making an appearance?
I don't know. I gotta play that Control DLC and see what was up with all that. Because oh shit, Nick's here. I don't want to spoil Alan Wake again, but like,
just that's why I only want to ask though.
It doesn't look like Alan Wake's situation has changed at all in the trailer for Alan Wake 2. So I'm wondering what the fuck happened in that DLC.
The there isn't much. It's like 15 minutes. You can just watch
interesting.
It.
Okay,
just watch it.
Yeah,
I'm sure playing it, there's more there, a couple hours.
Yeah.
But in terms of cutscenes you need to see, there's not.
Well, with Control, there's probably a good 60 pages of reading material that go along with it.
Yeah, I would just say watch it, and you can just get it done with really quick.
Okay. I'm definitely doing that before the game comes out. I'd like to replay Control maybe, but I don't know if I got time for all that.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot. I'm very curious if Jesse will make an appearance.
Yeah, I guess I'd be curious on that too. End credit. Yeah.
Oh, like an end credit scene.
I hope they are we making like an Avengers Remedy game?
I was literally thinking she's like the Nick Fury.
Alan Wake will return.
In the trailer with the woman Saga, the officer dude, is that the same Max Payne character?
Yeah, it's Sam Lake. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know anything.
Yeah, Sam Lake's he's the head of the studio.
That would have been cool if that is Max Payne.
He did the facial capture of Max. Old Max Payne. Yeah.
We tie Max Payne into this universe too.
That'd be awesome if that is actually his name is. Max.
They might be able to do it too. Like Rockstar might have been just like, fuck it, go for it.
Oh well, they're remaking 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah, they're remaking 1 and 2. Maybe Rockstar gave them permission for that. I don't ever see Rockstar making another Max Payne game again, so I don't see why they do it or why they wouldn't do it.
Remedy universe.
Yeah, the Remedy universe.
Where's Quantum Break? It's got to be in it, right?
Yeah, that would be in it, right? That did have the same vibe as Control and
for sure.
Alan Wake.
It was
too,
pre-Control.
Yeah,
pre-Control.
So yeah, I wonder if that they do consider that in it. Wasn't there like a group in Quantum Break? I can't remember.
You talking about like Lance Reddick's?
Yeah,
group?
yeah.
I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I wonder if like those guys would just pop up or something like that. Just connect that in. All right, cool. Let's move on then. Assassin's Creed Mirage got a full gameplay trailer finally. Coming out October 12th. Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Yeah, fucking.
I want to play this
5
game
days
too.
before Alan Wake.
Yeah. Come on.
Good luck. It's probably gonna be a busy fall. Yeah, I thought this game looked cool. Obviously this is not obvious, but this is more what I wanted in line of Assassin's Creed. More linear structure, get back to the stealth and all that. I know I was saying I don't like. Oh, Daniel's lights.
I think my power flickered.
Man, you just completely threw me off. But no, it looks more like traditional Assassin's Creed. I will say it almost went too far. I thought this almost looked like an Assassin's Creed 1 remake to me more than it did a new game. But I'm into it. With that release date, I don't know if I'm gonna play it that day, but I'm definitely down to check this out. And I would like to just buy this just to send a message to Ubisoft and be like, I want more of this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Daniel, go ahead.
All I really got to say is I really want to play this game. This game looks great. Like I want regular Assassin's Creed again. So I am very excited to play it. I don't know when. Like, we're really getting like Zelda. I still have to beat Zelda. Then we're getting 3 games I want to play in June. July is going to be really a catch-up month. I think there's really not much I want to play there. August is Armored Core. September is Starfield. Somewhere in there, Spider-Man. Like,
there's
October
no let up this year.
Already.
This year has no let up. There's no even July. Like Oxenfree 2 comes out in July. You know, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You know, but like there is stuff there, and you're still probably gonna be playing Final Fantasy. It's probably gonna be a big game, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, this year 2023 is no let up at all. Nick, Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Pass.
Okay. Are you a fan of the newer Assassin's Creeds or any Assassin's Creed thing?
I mean, I liked Origins and Odyssey. I barely touched Valhalla, but I mean, like you said, it looks like pretty much a remake of the first one. And like watching the trailer, I was just like, looks like the same Assassin's Creed. Nothing really changed much here besides you're really playing for the story this time around.
Yeah, apparently it takes place in one giant city, which that sounds cool to me too. So, yeah, I don't know. They definitely want to keep.
It reminds me of Syndicate.
Oh yeah, yeah. London. All in London, right? Next game that showed off Revenant Hill. This is coming from the guys that made Night in the Woods. No date. Coming to PS4 and 5. Daniel, I know me and you were a big fan of Night in the Woods.
Yeah, I love Night in the Woods.
We didn't know each other way back then, but like that game quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. I really like Night in the Woods. I wish we could have got more of this. Like, they've been working on something for a little while now. I guess that it's still pretty early, so we'll probably have to see it next year, maybe at least next year.
Smaller team, so probably just taking them a while, right?
Yeah, I like their art style, and they're kind of keeping it.
Me too. Originally, I just thought someone took the art style. I was like, oh wow,
yeah,
someone just blatantly ripped off Night in the Woods. That's interesting, but yeah, it's by the guys that made Night in the Woods. Nick, this game do anything for you?
You play as a cat, right?
Play as a cat, yeah. Did not meow. This is the second game where you yeah, I guess possibly. This is the second game where you play as a cat in the showcase.
Yeah, it looked like Max as well. It looked like her.
Yeah, I wonder if it is a sequel in some way.
That's what I don't know. That's why I thought it was Night in the Woods 2, but I guess it isn't.
I'm in. I'll check it out.
Did you play the first game? Or did you play Night in the Woods?
No, I haven't. You
should check it out. It's a really charming, like, 2D narrative game.
Funny. Yeah, what's funny about this showcase, I'm seeing like all these sequels, and it's like, I never played it for like Helldivers, never played it. Night in the Woods, never played it. Alan Wake, never played it. I was like, well, shit, you making me want to just go play the original games before I even try the new ones out. Yeah.
That's kind of what they want.
Go play Alan Wake for sure. Next game that showed off, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Coming out winter 2023. This did absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to release last year too. got delayed.
Wasn't there a Grand Blue game that came out this year already?
Yeah, it's also fighting, like a fighting
Oh, is it?
game
Okay.
series. Yeah.
Damn, they're really going for it there. Anything from you guys on this?
No, I know our friend Chris. He really is excited for this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was interested in the Discord when he pointed that one out. I was like, really? That's one that did it for
I know
you, huh?
he's been excited for this game because I that's why I remember it being delayed because I remember him wanting to play it last year.
Okay, well, to each their own. Next game to show off, got another trailer for Street Fighter 6. Again, this is just one of those where I was just like, why do we need a trailer for this? It's coming out in a week. You know, who cares? I feel like a showcase is not the place for that. But again, I'm just guessing contract obligations. Got to put it in there.
Yeah. Man, this game looks cool. I'm excited for Street Fighter.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it, man. It's only a week away now, so let's go. Next game got a trailer for a game called Altos? Yoltos? One of those? This is the game with a really cool art style. It's got a I don't know, some trippy vibe going on here. Some sort of 2D action game look cool.
Yeah, it looked interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but it seems interesting.
Yeah. Coming out 2024, PS4, 5, and PC. Move on from that one. Next game, Tower Fantasy. Got a trailer coming out sometime this summer. This game and the Grand Blue game got mixed up in my mind, both of which are very forgetful.
Yeah, I don't even remember this one.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to.
Is this the one that looked like a Tales game?
Yeah, a little.
It kind of did.
Okay,
It kind of does.
okay.
It from what my friend he was telling me, he was like, "Oh, this is like that Genshin Impact, you know, cash grab kind of deal." He was like, "Yeah, I'm not about this game."
Yeah, where's the? Give me a new Tales game. How about that? I really like Tales of Arise. Give me
Got a
new one.
motorcycle in this game, so there's your motorcycle, Daniel.
Motorcycles improve everything.
Okay, well, you got one.
Maybe
Tower
I'll get this
Fantasy. Yeah, go play Tower Fantasy. They got some. Next game, then we got a trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2, developed by Capcom. No data or anything, but got some lengthy gameplay looks there.
Yeah, little snippets,
Yeah.
stuff. Looks really cool. I'm very interested in this game. I never got to play the original back in the 360, and it just has a really hardcore, like beloved audience. My only like complaint, and it's a weird complaint with this game, is it's taking the game director. This was a passion project of his doing Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2, and now making the sequel. It's taken him away from Devil May Cry to make this. And I don't like that. Make me a Devil May Cry 6. I don't want Dragon's Dogma. Okay. Finish this game up as quickly as you can, then get back to the better series. Devil May Cry.
Wow. Throwing down the gauntlet there.
Ooh.
I did throw down the gauntlet. Dragon's Dogma? Who cares? Nobody wants that. I want Devil
Nick's
May
gonna
Cry,
have something to say about this. Nick, you got anything?
Well, I'm not a Dragon's Dogma fan.
See, there isn't any.
Hold up now. Yeah, I haven't really been into Devil May Cry since 1. So
Oh, you're missing out.
I know. I mean, I got a backlog like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, we all do.
I got to play 2, 3, 4, and 5 to catch up.
You do.
What the hell's
and
going on?
You should play. And I know it's a separate timeline, but you should play DMC Devil May Cry. It's got my favorite combat system in all of them. It's really fun. The story is whatever, but actually playing DMC Devil May Cry is great.
Yeah, look cool. Capcom making a Dragon Age game or whatever. Sounds fun.
Yeah, you get to like climb. Remember the big thing about the original was you like climbed the beasts, and it looked pretty cool. I know it's got like a cool like little pawn system in the original where you can like make a character and people can use it. You could like send it online and like if I made one, you could like use my pawn in your game and stuff, and it would level up. I wonder if they're going to do a system like that in 2.
You use the Kinect to take a picture of your face, and it plasters that on the character model.
Do you remember that in Vegas? Rainbow Six Vegas?
Yeah. They did that in a couple of the NBA games too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it just looked goofy.
It looked awful. It was
it
so
looked terrible.
bad.
It looked like your face, but like really stretched out always.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. To go along with the movie coming out later this year, we're getting this as well.
Ooh.
So there you go. Synergy, guys. Synergy.
They make so many Five Nights at Freddy's games. There's so many. I couldn't even name them all. There's so many.
I hope the movie series just takes off now and we get one of those every year.
The movie?
Yeah.
Like a Saw? Like you want it to be like the new Saw?
Yeah, like Saw. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wish this was like Saw, you know, like that demented teddy bear things, like torturing you or whatever.
Did you watch the Nick Cage movie that was about like it's like Willy's Wonderland, where it was kind of a Five Nights at Freddy's thing where they're like murderer like mascots, and he like is like he's trying to fix his car, and he's like stuck in this place trying to clean it. And then
I've
he,
never
like,
even heard of
kills
this,
them.
but this sounds like something Nick Cage would do.
It was around the time when he made Mandy and in A Color Out of Space or whatever.
Okay.
That kind of vibe of Nick Cage, really weird Nick Cage. It's called Willy's Wonderland. It's not great, but it's funny. Like I'll give you one scene real quick. So there's like a bunch of kids, teenagers stuck in this restaurant with him too, and he's like drinking a beer, playing pinball, and he's like slamming into the pinball machine, drinking a beer, like slamming a beer, trying to like play pinball, and then it flashes to these like high school kids having sex, and then he's like slamming into the pinball machine, and it's a very weird scene, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Jesus. Okay. Well.
Yeah, that's that movie. Go check out
movie
Willy's Wonderland. It's a very weird movie. Nick Cage is a weird man.
All right. Nick, anything on Five Nights at Freddy's?
Can we let this franchise die?
No,
never.
it's so popular.
God.
It's so popular.
And the kids
You
must
know,
really
I-
like this one because I just don't. I don't think I've ever met anyone that's actually liked this
Well,
franchise.
Natalie. Don't talk to
Oh
Natalie.
yeah,
about
Natalie
it.
does like
Yeah.
this.
She's a
one.
huge
That's
fan.
weird.
My kid, he still plays it, but I'm like, God, man.
Get off
Oh
this
yeah,
shit.
you have all the figures for him. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, God, what is so popular about these games? Is
It's
there
the
a
lore.
backstory I'm missing?
Yeah, it's the lore. It's the lore is insane in the whole franchise.
Next, we got into some VR stuff. We can just rattle them off real quick.
There's like one cool game there.
Resident Evil 4 VR. Got a trailer for that. No release window or anything. Next game was this Arizona Sunshine 2?
Yeah, Arizona. I did not like this trailer, but I remember watching the original game. The original game was a pretty cool, like early VR game, like zombie shooter. But I did not like this Arizona Sunshine trailer. I thought this was a very bad trailer. It gave me like mobile game vibes.
Yeah, I didn't like the sense of humor in it or anything.
Yeah, it did not hit for me.
Then we got Crossfire Sarah Squad. Continuing the
Did you know that Crossfire X
series
just got delisted?
Yeah, you can't even play it anymore.
You can't even play it anymore. That's
Interesting.
how bad that game was. That's crazy.
That is pretty. They're about to do the same with that Gollum game. I don't know if you guys saw reviews for that. The game's at like a 38 on OpenCritic. I couldn't believe it. I thought that game looked bad. I didn't know if it was that bad.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think Skill Up just did a review.
I watched his. It was hilarious.
Did you?
He went in. He went in.
I need to watch
it. It was fucking hilarious. It looks so bad. I don't know why Gollum just looks so dumb in that game.
He looks awful.
Yeah, Roger was reviewing it on Kind of Funny, and he was like, "I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5." And then, like halfway near the end of the thing, he's like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving this a 1 out of 5."
That's great.
Kind of Funny's first one.
The whole game leaked online like 5 days before it was coming out.
That. It was
yeah.
like a whole playthrough, right?
Yeah, it was like a whole walkthrough of it, so you could just watch it. It was like 10 hours.
Crazy.
Interesting. Next game for PSVR 2, Synapse. I believe is how you pronounce this.
This is the game that I was talking about.
Yeah, it had a cool art style.
Synapse.
This one, Synapse. Okay.
Yeah, this one looked cool. It had Jennifer Hale voiceover, and
that's who that was, right?
It also had David Hayter. Was the other voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's 2 legends right there voicing. So like Metal Gear. Yeah, this game looked cool. It had cool powers. It seemed like you're doing runs. It seemed like a roguelite in a way. So I don't know. I was curious about this game. It's not going to get me to get a VR headset, but I'd watch like a playthrough or something of it just to check out some gameplay.
We can get into that in a second. The last game they showed PSVR 2 was Beat Saber, which finally came to the platform. It's out now. There you go. One stealth drop.
Getting
for
a
you.
Queen expansion.
Yeah, Queen expansion. And then I guess I just wanted to talk about VR 2 for a second, just in general. I feel like all of this together just shows Sony's lack of commitment to the PSVR 2.
I mean,
so,
we also saw the sales too, so
yeah,
I think
no,
they're really
Let it die. Let
yeah,
it die.
I think they're going to slow fade it away. I mean, maybe it could have a pop, but it did not seem like they're committed.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be those things throughout the life cycle of the PS5. There'll be like something now and then we'll hear like this is compatible with PSVR 2 or whatever, you know.
Your mode, like
Yeah,
Resident
something
Evil.
like that. You know, that's what I wanted like the next Astrobot to be, but who knows where the fuck that is. It just shows that like I just think
Sony's
PlayStation is
working on
not.
something.
If right now, if they didn't announce a big first party game for PSVR 2, then win, you know, because it's like they needed it now. And it's just, you know, maybe something just started development for that, but it's just, I just think they're not committed to this thing at all.
Do you think London, Sony London, what are they doing? They're not.
They're making that live service game that they put out concept art for last year.
You don't think it's a VR game?
I mean, maybe it's also compatible with VR, but I feel like they would have said that, right?
Maybe, yeah. Because I mean, their last game was a VR game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's dead to PlayStation. Honestly, I think they're
Okay.
just gonna sell through whatever
That
stock
sucks
they
for
got
the people
left.
that bought that.
Yeah, kind of does. Moving on. Next game they showed off. This was a bigger one. Marathon by Bungie. Got a CGI trailer. New Bungie game finally. Daniel, I know you're a huge Bungie fan. How you feeling?
Huge. One of the most important developers to me. Like Nintendo, Bungie, Rockstar. That's those are probably the most important to me. Yeah, the trailer was really cool. I like the vibe of it. I like the art style. Bungie's CG trailers are next level. There are very few that even rival their CG trailers. You have like Blizzard and maybe Bungie. That's probably like your top like CG trailer people. Would you say, Nick?
Oh, sorry, my son just got in the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My only issue with this is that it's a 3v3 extraction shooter or something like that, or 3-person extraction shooter. I think it's PvP, so I think it's 3-on-3 extraction shooter. I don't really know what that means.
I believe I had more details on this one.
Yes, they did put out more details, and they put out like a Vidoc. I need to go watch, but
So here,
I love when Bungie does.
I'll read this off for
Vidoc.
you.
Okay.
PvP sci-fi extraction shooter, evolving persistent zones. Team is currently staffing up with a great base to start from. Reboot of one of Bungie's oldest IPs, PS4, Xbox, PC, crossplay and cross-save.
Okay, good. Well, Destiny is crossplay, cross-save as well, so that makes sense for Bungie. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this game is. You know, like Bungie's FPS prowess in the industry is pretty much second to none for me. Like, I think Destiny is the best feeling shooter we've ever had. Period. I think you can make an argument for Call of Duty and Infinity War, and I think you can make an argument maybe for Respawn, right? Like, but I think that's probably your top 3 right there for first-person shooters. Maybe you can make an argument for DICE, but not right now. But I think Bungie's the best. So their gameplay is going to be great. I've never been an extraction shooter person. I've not played Tarkov, which is really the big one. Really popped everything off. I also have not played Warzone. Did their new game mode over this past year when Modern Warfare 2 hit. They did, I forget what it's called. They did a basically a Tarkov like where you could drop in, do some stuff, and extract like supplies and weapons and stuff. So it's going to have some of that, I assume. I'm very interested. If anyone could get me into an extraction shooter, it's probably going to be Bungie. It's nice that this is kind of, I guess, a reboot, because I don't think this is a sequel to Marathon. This seems more reboot. So I don't know what
they
that
specifically
story is.
said reboot. Yeah,
they did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what this story could be like. Is there going to be a story there? Is there going to be a campaign there? You know, like it sounds like it's mostly PvP. So I don't know. Is it going to be like Titanfall 1, where there's story as you're playing, but that's kind of it? You know, I'm curious. I need to see more Bungie.
Yeah, I read a whole bunch about Marathon through those terminals in Halo 3 back in the day.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah,
those?
I do.
Where like they explain the whole Marathon story. Unfortunately, I don't remember any
I don't
of them.
remember
But,
it.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I just remember reading those when I was young and being like, "Whoa, what does this
What is
mean?"
this?
I had no idea
Yeah.
it was Marathon until like years after the fact. You know?
Yeah, this is Marathon. I think all 3 of those games were in the 90s,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Was this their
Something like
first
that.
series then?
This was their first big series. I think they did 4 games before Halo 1. I think
Okay.
it was 3 Marathon games and then Oni. And I don't even remember what Oni really even is.
Yeah.
I only really know Oni is because one of the logos in Halo, one of like the symbols you can get is Oni, and it's like the Oni symbol as well. Because like the Marathon symbol is like an emblem you can get in Halo, like that little like circle thing. That was always an emblem, like kind of an homage to it. So
Okay. But yeah, I'm right there with you in terms of gameplay from Bungie. I just they are the best first-person shooter developers out there. They just are. Their games just feel fantastic to play, and I'm very excited to get something new out of Bungie finally. As someone that doesn't
yes,
keep up with the Destiny expansions at all, I've just played the base Destiny 1 and the base Destiny 2, and that's it. So you know, I would love for single-player story-driven game from Bungie to come out, or if there was a single-player
we'll get
element
another
to this.
thing.
I would love that if that was there, but to be honest, that's been dead for me for over a decade. I haven't really gotten that since Reach. I enjoyed the the base game of Destiny 1 and 2 just fine, but still never really hit those levels of the Halo campaigns to me. Not even close, if I'm being honest. I kind of like the PvP. That's probably my favorite part of Destiny. That was always the thing I got most into. So I'm fine with them just making another PvP game. It's gonna play great. We know that. So yeah, looking forward to checking it
I mean,
out
there are
whenever we
rumors
do
that
get it.
there's because this sounds like it's a small team that's getting bigger. I mean, there are if Bungie's what like 600 people or something insane.
Yeah,
So like there are rumors that is already a second team working on the game,
yeah,
and I think it's what like Project Comet or something like some weird name like that.
yeah.
Like
So if I
that,
could
like
get something in the vein
I think
of the original Halo campaigns, if I could
I
get
think
that
you get that.
again,
Yeah.
that would be the thing where I'm like through the roof hyped. Bungie's fucking back. But just with this, I'm just happy to see them making another game. You know, something
Me
other
too.
than Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm just happy
Cool
to get that.
style. I
Yeah,
love its visual art direction. Like Bungie's top tier all the time. Their art direction is insane. So like this game's gonna be good.
yeah, I agree. Nick, this do
I don't
anything
think
for
there's
you?
any way. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Maybe he's busy.
I think
But yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
was just gonna say I don't think there's any
Marathon
way it's
man.
a bad game. Bungie. I said this before. Bungie doesn't make bad games.
As
It
far
just
as CGI trailers go, this was the best CGI trailer. I agree with you on
yeah.
that. It was just the art style was super cool looking.
I like that robot lady. That,
Yeah.
like snipes that main
When the
character.
one was like melting into the ground or whatever the fuck was going
Yeah,
on,
it
I
was
was
like
like,
he was
that
like
looks cool.
bleeding blue and melting. Yeah, it was very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it psyched me out. I thought it was about to be a
Yeah.
System Shock game or something. I was like, what is
We're
this?
still
That's
getting
what I thought
that
initially
remake.
too, yeah. With the
Yeah, we're getting
face,
that
you know.
remake this year. Yeah, true.
Keeping with Bungie, Destiny 2, The Final Shape was officially announced. There'll be a showcase for that on August 22nd this year.
Yeah, Destiny does their own little event by themselves. But we got Cade back, baby. Nathan Fillion coming back
Where did he
after
go?
his spoilers, his death in Forsaken.
Oh god, he died.
Yeah, and that was like the first. I guess it was the year expansion, so it was like the first huge expansion they did for Destiny 2. He died, and he's been gone out of Destiny since then. So this is a big deal in the Destiny community for Cade to be back. Like Cade was always one of the go-to characters, and Nathan Fillion's just a legend. Who doesn't love Nathan Fillion? You know, he's so charming. So to see Cade back, I don't know how he's back or anything like that. So the final shape is really the final. So I guess 2014 it'll be the 10-year arc of everything that's been happening. It's going to lead to that final shape expansion. So and then we'll see what the future of Destiny is after that. Hopefully it's a soft reboot and go to Destiny 3 is what I would want, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would want them to just leave if I'm being honest. if I have
Just
my
end
pick.
Destiny
Just
there.
end Destiny, yeah. That would be my pick.
I think that'd be a bold choice.
Yeah,
I think it
I'm
would
sure.
really be
I
a
don't
bold
think they
choice.
ever would. I think it just.
I mean, the universe is so big.
Yeah, that game
Yeah.
just breaks in the cache too. I don't think they'll ever really leave it behind unless something else comes along. Unless like Marathon's super big or something like that too. You know.
Yeah.
Okay then. Next game they
Are we still
showed.
talking? Are we still talking the PlayStation show?
We're still on it. Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty long.
right.
It was pretty
Sorry,
long.
man.
We're at the end now, sorta.
Sorry.
Next game they showed off, we got a CGI trailer for Concord. This is by Firewalk Studio. Their brand new studio. I believe this is the one they
Oh my
most
god, that
recently
game! There's
purchased.
so much information.
Yeah, there's tons, dude. You know exactly what this game is from that trailer.
When the game was like Concord, I was like, oh my god, the plane!
Coming out in 2024, PS5 and PC. Take it away, someone.
Absolutely nothing.
What the fuck is this shit?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like good on Firewalk. Like as a developing team, I'm sure they're working hard on this game. I don't. I just.
Okay. That burger looked good in the trailer, though.
Thank you, Nick, for saying something positive.
Those pickles did look really good. Like, wow, the detail on those pickles. I was like, okay, that's impressive. Pickle technology.
Pickle detail. What's Bungie's pickle detail?
They don't got
They
any.
didn't have one.
They don't have any. You know what I mean? Take that, Xbox. Where's your pickles? Ain't got none. All right. Next, this was the most appropriate thing to show here. We got a trailer for the Gran Turismo movie coming out on August
I can't
11th.
believe they did this.
God.
I can't believe they did this.
Yes.
This was just the nail in the coffin where I was like, "Oh, you're fucking with us now. You're just completely fucking with us now. You know exactly what you're doing."
Crazy. I did not need this. I feel like I've saw this trailer before. It's probably a new trailer, but it didn't feel new.
Did we need it?
Sis, what
Did
we're
we need it?
No.
What we talking about? Which one?
The Gran Turismo trailer.
Oh man, I was thinking about the other day. Remember when we had a conversation about Gran Turismo being a film?
Yeah.
I did the plot. The stupid voice. I nailed the plot. I'm not lying to you, man.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I could tell
This
you the whole
film-
plot right now.
This film, yeah, it's gonna be shit. I can't wait to watch it.
Why do you think it's gonna be bad? It's probably fine.
Honestly, every time I was like, when they started the fair game, I was like, oh no. And then when this happened, I was like, oh no, oh no. And then Jim turned up. Oh no.
What did Jim reveal, Connor?
What did Jim reveal, Connor?
Okay, so Jim,
What did
after
he have to
this,
show us?
Jim comes back on screen. He really should have been holding the controller. You know, or whatever.
I've been waiting
They
for him
really
to hold
should
the
have.
controller.
They should have leaned into that. They really should have. But Jim comes out. He announces Project Q's Pierce earbuds. I gotta say, I don't know why the fuck you would want to put earbuds in while you're playing games. I don't.
Those just
understand that.
didn't look comfortable to me.
Yeah, that just seems uncomfortable. Well, like, who wants to shove something in their ear when you're there?
Like-
I guess I'd put AirPods
Well, I think
in
they're
while I'm
more.
at work,
Yeah, I was just
so
gonna
I
show
do
my
got
AirPods.
them in that time.
I think
but...
they're like these, but they're more like the Raycon ones that are just big. It just looks like they're too big. Like these are nice and like small and they're not heavy.
I just
Like,
think that's really uncomfortable while you're
do
gaming.
you not want
no?
headphones?
Yeah, I just really don't.
I've always got something in my ears.
Yeah,
I mean, but you do
I've
have like
always
small
got
little
that in my
pods,
ears.
right?
No, I'm not.
You have big
I have
chunky
quite
ones.
chunky things.
Wow. Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
you're one of those people. Are you going to
Interesting.
get the PlayStation one?
I'm not gonna lie, these look dope. Like I was like,
Okay.
I
I
was
thought
like,
they looked
finally
okay.
something for me. Like the last two things were like, yo, this is sick.
and then Project Q, the remote handheld, launching later this year. There'll be more details at a later date about both these.
Yeah,
things.
calling it the remote handheld, I think should worry everyone because I think that this is just a streaming thing. Like it's just streaming
Oh,
from
it is,
PS5
yeah.
to the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not even a handheld. Who'd want that?
No, like the only
It's like a
benefit
Wii U
this
pad,
could
right?
have is if you're in Wi-Fi.
Or
That's
yeah,
really
or
the
you
only
have
thing.
like a partner that wants to watch something and you can just play on your PS5.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
So I've been using the remote play while I'm like watching UFC and I'm just playing Octopath on it. I like it for
Yeah.
that. I don't know if I'd buy a whole dedicated thing for that. Depending on
how
price and
expensive-
whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if they overprice this thing, it's no one's gonna purchase this,
It
you
did
know.
with PSVR too.
And I expect they will, right? So
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is going to be a premium product for them.
it looks cool. I like the idea, but it's just
So
they don't want to go full into handheld again, clearly. So
How do you feel about the form factor? It's just a broken dual sense. That seems like a weird form factor, not like a Switch or something.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, the form factor looked alright to me. I just think, well, it's still a
You
waste
think
of
it's
time.
gonna feel okay holding
it
that?
looks more comfortable than
Yeah, I think
Joy-Cons.
so. It
Well, the
looks more,
Joy-Con
it
just
looks
suck,
more
yeah.
comfortable than the Steam Deck. It does look, it
Well,
looks
you would
alright.
know. I
Like,
haven't held one, so I don't
they've
know.
just got that, like, looks, you know what I mean? Looks handleable. I don't know. It looks nice, but it is just a waste of technology. Like, I mean, what was that? What was that stupid one they released? That handheld they released for Wii? The one that Paris Lily slaughtered. Like, it just.
Oh,
I don't know. We're not there yet.
Asus's handheld?
No, that's the Aces ROG. That's the dope one.
I
The
suppose
ROG,
That's the
yeah,
one
that one looks cool.
theoretically,
people
while you're
say-
out, you could connect it to the 5G on your phone, right? And then try to play through that. But who knows?
Hotspot it?
Yeah,
That
hotspot
seems
it.
like a mess.
Who knows how well that would actually work, right? So it really is just
Yeah.
something for while you're at home and near your PS5.
For sure, yeah.
They already
just
have
seems-
the backbone for that, so it's just, you know.
Yeah, you could just have your iPhone. And
Yeah,
just backbone
I
it,
get the
yeah.
want to make one of these things, but I don't expect it to make waves or anything.
It's a
I'm with you.
waste.
It really what comes
It's
down
a
to is
waste.
that cost. If it's like $100, people might pick
Which
it
it
up.
won't be.
If it's more than 100, I don't think anyone's buying it.
Which it will be.
Well,
Which it will
yeah,
be.
it doesn't even have a OLED
Yeah,
screen.
it's an LCD screen, right? That's bad. No one wants an LCD screen now. It's not even LED. It's LCD. That sucks. No one wants that.
Ain't
Crazy.
that like PSP days?
Yeah, yeah. It seems like my iPhone has a better screen. You might as well just do the what was it called? The
Quite interesting.
I can't
I don't
remember
know
what
what,
it's called.
but yeah, it's interesting. They just announced on for the and now you talking about this. It's like, so what are you trying to do? Like, you really heavily promoting remote play.
Yeah, they really are.
I think their hope is just be eventually streaming technology gets there, right?
I guess, but they're streaming it through their
But then it
console.
didn't want to make no sense.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
not
but I
like
say you
it's
wouldn't
not
make
like
sense to
xCloud.
have the handheld.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is an odd choice. I agree. All right, cool. Then the last thing we got, Spider-Man 2 got lengthy gameplay. It was a little over 10 minutes
I
here.
think a little too long, if you ask me.
Yeah. I'll take it away.
I felt like
Daniel.
I
What'd you
didn't
think?
need that whole. It was a great. I think it. I mean, obviously this is
Oh man, you're breaking
one
up.
of
Don't break up. I want us to.
what? Hello.
He's
be
talking to his
stupid.
gardener or something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. This was a very good trailer. We got to see a little bit of story setup. We got to see lots of gameplay. We got to see the black spider suit, which is great. I just think once it starts getting a little further into like the mission that they're doing, they just started just showing the whole mission. I didn't really need that much. I think I needed it just to be a little smaller of a trailer, but I really enjoyed it. Spider-Man. Well, from what I saw, really didn't blow me away personally. It just seemed like more Spider-Man, which I feel. I'm not trying to bash any of these sequels that we're getting because I think they've all been good to great, but it just feels like a lot of what PlayStation's making is just sequels. I don't know, like. I know that this is not going to be their last Spider-Man game, but I just wish that this is Insomniac's last Spider-Man game, and then they can move on to something new. Because I don't know, unless this game is just
It's the
drastically different.
stupidest thing you've ever said in your entire life. You said some silly things.
Okay.
Sims, what do
I
you think
love
of Spider-Man?
I mean, you're not going to get a good conversation out of me right now. Just go to Roy if you can. I'm going through the worst part of myself.
Okay, going through a bad part. Yeah, I thought it looked awesome. I really like the black suit stuff they're going for there. I think you'll get some interesting new powers there. The wingsuit sounds fucking incredible. That was awesome with like the gust of wind carrying him through there. I'm very curious
Wonder if
to
there's
see.
gonna be a bunch of those.
Yeah,
can do?
I'd imagine they'll have them anywhere. And then
In the
they
city?
did have
Yeah.
the Switch, the Switch to Miles thing, and I'm very
It
curious.
seems story switch.
Yeah, it seems story switch, not necessarily the GTA thing, but we did get more details on Spider-Man, which indicates that it might be a little bit more deeper than that. So, new details for
Okay.
Spider-Man 2, new locations, Brooklyn, Queens, and East River will all be in the game. And we
Okay.
did see a little bit of a new area with Peter coming out of, I'm assuming that was
It did
Aunt May's
flash
house.
Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I think that area was Queens. I
And it
think.
looked like his high school was right across the street, so that was cool. It was
Yeah.
like get some flashback there. not flashbacks, but you could see in the past him just going across the street, get to high school, a little nerdy Peter. Improved textures, lighting, particles, and more. Peter can now parry some attacks, but some attacks can't be parried, that can be dodged. So that sounds interesting. Something interesting going on there.
More parry mechanic.
More
Maybe it's a
parry
black
mechanic.
suit mechanic.
So speaking of the black suit, big focus on the black suit. They said, quote, "We're giving it the story it deserves," end quote. Cool.
I mean, what I would just throw out there is like, are they? Because like it seems like Craven's the more main character and main villain, and not being
Yeah, but you
Venom
got a
being
lot of the
main villain.
Peter getting angry type thing, the Spider-Man 3
Yeah.
vibes. I really like that.
Bully
If you notice,
Maguire.
there's a really cool detail where at the end, when I forget what Peter says exactly at the end, but his eyes change a little bit to the Venom eyes. There's like the Venom
Yeah.
are a little different, so it's like that's very cool. Let's see here. Near instant switching between Peter and Miles. So I'm curious what's going on here exactly. I would like to see. I wonder if in between missions, if you can just switch at will,
doing either Peter's doing this.
Yeah,
Miles
then
doing
maybe in
this,
story
back
it
and
kind
forth.
of locks you in more and then tells you to switch at
Sure.
specific times. I think that's what they're going for here, which sounds very cool. It's kind of what I wondered, if it is that. I wanna kind of just see exactly what that is.
Yeah, I want to be in a mission, switch from Miles, hitting some people, switch to Peter. Peter's like, he's up like doing some drone stuff, and then you switch to Trevor, and Trevor's over there like punching like somebody
Hookers.
at a bar.
Yeah,
like beating up hookers or something.
New web wings. This is the wingsuit. So
Yeah, the wingsuit
wingsuit's
seems
there.
really cool.
Yeah, I'm
very
really into
interested in
that.
what this
I really like
mechanic is.
when Miles launched too. He grabbed onto the two poles and then like launched himself forward. I'm
Right
like,
into the wingsuit.
like,
Yeah.
that's a really cool, interesting touch. And then let's see. Miles also has new abilities / gadgets. Web grabber pulls enemies together, and thunderburst.
Yeah, it seemed like his like electric power has like gotten a little, it's progressed a little bit, and he's gotten like a little more control of like his electric power. He seemed like he was doing a little bit more with it. So
Yeah, I'm
he's
really
starting to
into
learn,
it story wise. You got a little hint of like something's going on with Harry as well. He's trying to save Harry through Dr. Connors. That's why he's trying to hunt him down. And then Craven
Yeah.
being one of the main villains. I think that's awesome because Craven is one of the few guys that hasn't been in any of these movies, right? Not really. He's been like hinted at and whatnot, but he's never really got the main focus. And
His
I
comic
think that's a
book,
really
I forget the
cool
name.
route to go with.
For sure. I forget the name of his comic line. It's like The Last Hunt or something like that. I know that his comic line is like very well beloved.
Yeah, I think mixing in
But,
the Venom story with Craven and then having Miles there gives you a whole bunch of new elements.
Yeah.
I hear Natalie in the background.
No, I don't know who that is.
It's some British person. And yeah, Spider-Man 2. Can't wait. Looks awesome. No release date. The release date thing is just so fucking weird,
Yeah, I am baffled that they didn't show a release date.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
I wonder if there's some trouble going on. Maybe it's getting pushed more into that November God of War Ragnarok
might
type
be,
of area.
yeah.
Maybe it'll get pushed. I mean, it still says 2023, so.
Seems pretty ambitious of a game, so it might be.
Yeah. Nick, Sims, you guys here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Spider-Man 2, what'd you think?
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit too long of a presentation, but I mean, you had to show me something after that abysmal show you put on. But yeah. I mean, it still looks like the same old Spider-Man, but I mean, if you really want to wow me, you got to wow me with this story. And
Yeah.
showing like the Venomized Spider-Man right out the gate, I'm like, well, okay, you're really showing all your stuff out here right out the gate, because I thought at the end
What's
of
the twist
Spider-Man
then?
spoilers, I thought, I was like, wasn't Harry controlled by Venom or something like that?
If you notice in the beginning of the trailer, there's a 6 months ahead. It jumps 6 months ahead. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna see what happens before Craven gets to Manhattan. Yeah, it's gonna. You're right. Like Harry's the one with the symbiote, and I think Connor was hinting at like that's why Dr. Connors. That's why he was gonna help Harry. So I think that's where they're going with it. So we'll see what kind of leads to that, and then like because like it already seems like Peter really hates Craven already. By the time that we see the
it
gameplay,
sounded
so
like
whatever
he told
story
him
is going on.
he's like had some conversation with Craven earlier
Yeah.
to not fuck with Connors because he needs him.
They must have had a meeting first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder how far that
you might,
was
you
into
might
the
have like
game.
a big time jump.
Could be.
All right, yeah, Spider-Man 2. That was your PlayStation showcase. There you go.
Let me talk.
Yeah.
Let me talk. Let me talk. Hello.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I was
what do you
like, I don't. I just got home. No, yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was brilliant trailer. Like the story set with Craven. I was like, oh, fucking Craven. Then 6 months to time jump, and then the big surprise was like he's already in the suit. He's already, if you know Spider-Man, they're not beating around the bush. Like they're not hiding it in the trailers. Like, yeah, he's gonna wear the black suit. Yes, he's gonna be evil. Yes, there's gonna be conflict between him and Miles. Miles being the inexperienced Spider-Man, and like the way the trailer played out with Peter being angrier, and like even his mannerisms when he saved that civilian. There's talks about it on Twitter, and he just chucks him to the ground. Like he didn't give a shit. Bosh, see you later. Like he is very
A little more ruthless, Peter.
Yeah. Transfixed on Craven. Like, obviously, I love the destruction. If you see the lizard in the background, like just destroying stuff. Like, yeah, man, Dr. Connors. Like, I'd love to see how obviously we saw Dr. Connors in the first one. Obviously, he must have been already dealing with that in that part. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Miles' suit looks better. The Raymond tracings, they look fucking phenomenal. The water looks great. Like everything, the UI looks amazing. Like everything, like I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening. I was paying attention to like how visually and like how it's all upgraded, like the wingsuit and the way he swang and like the civilians running in the background. Like, it just the game looks improved in every single aspect. So yeah, it's gonna be more, but like it's gonna be better. Like on the PS5, like running with the Raymond tracings and oh man, it looks great. Like, it looks fucking my.
I really like the Crash Bandicoot camera angle when the lizard was chasing Miles on like the jet ski and he was going forward to do that. I was like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, okay, cool. That was the PlayStation showcase. We got a couple other news stories to go over. I'm gonna say let's just save those for next week and get into what we've been playing since we got such little time left.
Okay.
And this be the the showcase was the major thing, so there you go. Yeah, we'll now get into what we've been playing. Anyone been playing anything other than Zelda?
Nope. Just Zelda.
I actually checked out Humanity for quite a little while. I'm probably like 3 levels into that. This game's really cool. It's the free PS Plus game on you can get it over there on that there PlayStation. Yeah, it's pretty much a puzzle game. So basically, I forget what people are saying that it's like Lemmings or something. I've never even heard of that. Yeah, what is that?
It's you're trying to like guide these little lemmings characters to like the end point of a level.
Okay, so that's exactly what this is then.
Yeah,
that is exactly what this is to a T. Yeah, you're like guiding these little humans towards like the specific square that's got light in it that'll raise them up into the heavens that they go.
Yeah, you're sending humans to the afterlife.
Yeah. You're also murdering a fuck ton of them at the same time, and that's great. But yeah, it's just like a really.
Isn't there a stat with how many dies or something?
Yeah. There's trophies for how many die. Yeah. I got the one for 50,000, so I've murdered 50,000 humans.
That's awesome.
Genocide, it's great. Yeah, this game's really cool though. It's a really hardcore puzzle game. You got to really think a lot, and they add in different mechanics of how to get the humans to the light. You eventually get like a jump, a high jump, a long jump, and you gotta like place that in the right spot. Then they go that way. And then some levels they'll like switch it up on you, and they'll like take away some of the abilities or lock you in so you only get a certain amount of abilities. So you got to get the perfect route going. It's really fun. If you like puzzle games, I would definitely check it out because it's fun. The music is spectacular. This is made by the Tetris Effect guys. So. Picture the Tetris Effect music. Everyone knows how great that was.
I love Tetris Effect music.
Yeah, so put that in this, and that's pretty much what you got. And yeah, the music is fantastic. Keeps you going that whole time. It's really addictive. There's been times I've been like contemplating which one I want to play over this and Zelda. That's how addictive it is. And interesting playing 2 puzzle games at the same time. I know Zelda's not really a puzzle game, but it kind of is. You got to think a lot in that game.
Puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, really fun. Check it out if you were interested.
How do the controls feel to that game?
It's fine.
Is it complex? Is there a lot going on?
Not at all. You're a little dog and you run around to the right spot that you want to put the jump or the arrow to move them in a certain direction. And yeah, it's they're
So
not.
how does that work though? So
What do you mean?
you have like items that are like abilities.
Yeah,
Is
that
that
are
how it works?
abilities. Yeah, so eventually, like I was saying, you'll get like a, there's an arrow, and you can point the arrow in whatever direction you want the humans to move in, right? That's
Okay.
your
You
base
just drop
ability.
it down.
And then you get other abilities like jump. So I want them to jump up here, so you'll place one right in front of where you want them to jump. And then like high jump when you need them to jump higher up, and then long jump if you need them to jump further. And there's more than that even too. And like I said, there's some where they limit you, so you only get like one high jump, and you got to put that in the right spot, etc.
Okay. So they're just like one use little items that you put down,
Yeah.
and then
Not
you
all of
can't-
them are one use. Like there's levels where you get unlimited high jumps and unlimited jumps and unlimited
Okay.
arrows and stuff like that. But there are certain
And I'm
levels where they
assuming
limit
you also can't put like 2 high jumps in the same spot.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Like, you
What? So
can't
there's like
double
a
up in
double
any
jump?
spot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You can't put
none of
You
that?
can't. There's
Okay.
one. You can put one thing in one spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Have you been like having to rack your brain yet?
Oh
Is it,
yeah,
like
for sure. There's been a couple of these levels that have taken me. So there's also these like extra things you can get. They're like the golden human, and they'll be at a specific spot on the map.
a golden human?
Yeah, yeah. And so like if you get that one, that's like a little extra thing. And one thing that it doesn't bother me, but I think it would bother a lot of people is when you get the golden humans, it gives you something extra. So like I got like a pause ability where I can pause the whole thing. You can't place anything while you're paused, but like that you get like extra ability from these golden humans. So you're kind of there's an incentive.
They want you to go after them.
Yeah, they want you to go after them, and then those are really hard to get. I think those have stumped me more than just the base levels for sure.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I really like
I'm
this
very
game thus
fascinated
far.
by this game.
Yeah, you would love the music for sure.
I would. Maybe I should just look up the music.
Yeah.
Just listen to music.
Yeah, the music's great. Okay, we can talk about Zelda now. Daniel,
Yes.
how are your adventures in Hyrule going?
I have just been scouring the land of Hyrule, trying to find every shrine I possibly can. That's pretty much all I've been doing. Is basically the same thing as last week. I'm trying to unlock all the towers, and it's always hard to get to the towers because I'm like, oh, there's another shrine. Oh, there's another shrine. Wow, there's like 3 shrines over there. And then I'll like get a tower, and then as you're up in the air, you're like, man, how many shrines? Like I think I put it in our Discord. Like they need more of those like beacon like colored pins. Because like this is not enough. I want to be pinning. I don't like the little sticker pins you can put down. I don't like those.
Oh, I use those
They're
sticker
just for, like-
pins quite a bit.
Do you really?
Yeah.
For like the little bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
you see?
yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about the dragons before the show started. That you see, if I like see one of those dragons, I'll put like the skull over it. On
Okay.
that way I know over there is like don't go over there because you're gonna fucking die. Or like the glyphs. Some of the glyphs, if there's not like a tower near it that I can like immediately jump into and then find the right spot that you're supposed to find in the glyph, I'll put a little sticker over the glyph or whatever. One problem I do have with this game is those glyphs. I still don't like how they tell you the story that way. It was the same thing with the memories in Breath
The
of the
memory.
Wild.
It's just. I think that's just additive parts of the story. I think the main
They're
story
so
still,
cool though. Like I found like
I know.
5 of them and they're awesome cutscenes. I wish you guys would just tell me this story, because the story seems
Yeah.
really interesting. And I'm just like, why can't you just like give me this after I like do a temple or something like that? I just don't like that you have to find them throughout the world and then they tell you it out of order. Because I definitely just saw one that was like the very end of the story or of the past story, whatever's going on there. And I was like, oh, okay, I kind of just spoiled myself on the whole thing. And it's like, I just hate the way they do that.
Yeah, I'm like once I get all the towers and keep doing shrines, that is my next thing is get all the glyph and look at all the
Yeah.
memories and stuff. That's my next thing. I'm gonna do that even before I go to the Rito village to do the first like temple and stuff. Like I'm gonna do the glyphs first.
Yeah, so I did my first temple. That was the best part of this game by far that I've done. That was the incredible 10 out of 10 thing. This is I think what people were asking for with wanting dungeons in Zelda. I think this is definitely delivered on that.
So how's it without spoiling it? Compare it to like a Divine Beast.
Oh, it blows those out of the water. I mean, the Divine Beasts,
Yeah.
they were cool, I thought, in Breath of the Wild, but they weren't. I didn't even think they were that memorable, like in that game.
Yeah, it's mostly because of the designs of the Divine Beasts are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Kind of have that same kind of tech vibe to them.
Yeah, no, this was like 2-3 hours. I'm in this one area, solving different puzzles, fighting different enemies, all that type of stuff. Everything you would want from like a traditional Zelda dungeon was in that. So I was like,
Good.
that was awesome. Yeah, and it was the ending of that was super cool. It's definitely the best thing I've done in the game thus far.
Sweet. I can't wait to get to those. It's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get to these temples because I really want to try them. Yeah. I also put this in our Discord. There's some just weird stuff in this game. Some freaky stuff in this game. I'm running up a hill, doing Link's like really weird run that he's doing. He's like exhausting himself, and then there's just a tree just grows legs and starts chasing me. Like why does that why does that tree gotta have to grow legs and chase me? Why? I didn't do nothing. I wasn't attacking this tree. But it decided it wanted to grow legs and chase me.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know if you felt this too, but it feels like the underground and the higher up are kind of like the harder areas. They must feel like they want you to do those more like end game type of things, because
I've only done a little bit in the sky stuff.
Okay. Yeah, whenever
I've been finding the gumballs.
I suppose the sky's a little bit easier, but whenever I go in the depths, I'm just fucked. I'm just I'm like, oh my god, I'll come back here when I have way more hearts, because it is very difficult down here.
Yeah, I only did that opening mission that you told me to do last week. The mission with Robbie.
Yeah.
To get like the picture ability for the Purapad. So I did that, and you do like light 2 of the beacons under there, so you could see a little bit more. Feels like those beacons are crucial to like really be able to move around down there because you can't see anything.
Yeah, you gotta get those
like
whatever those seeds are and shoot them all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there like a certain time that do those run out?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if those are just permanent. I don't think they're permanent. I think probably when you
I would think that would
depths,
defeat the purpose of the
probably
beacons,
not
right?
there. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, maybe it is when you leave the depths, but I know you can like go from sky to the bottom of the ground and just if you
I've done that.
Land. I have not done that yet.
Yeah, it's cool. Awesome. Yeah, jump from a sky island all the way down to one of those holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just hold that dive button down.
Yeah, game's huge though, man. Like it's a big fucking game.
The game is massive.
I'm trying to like plan stuff out of like how long it'll take me. And I have no idea. I would like to do one temple a weekend, and that should lead me directly into FS16. But we'll see about that.
Hello?
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. No, I'll just changing some settings.
Wow, you sound way better.
Oh, yeah, I've gone to the computer that quick.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm stood up and everything. I'm like a proper YouTuber.
They stand up now?
Apparently so, yeah. Standing's the new
standing desks.
Standing's the new sitting.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. It's what the kids are saying.
Steven
Sims, how are your Zelda adventures going?
I'm not too long. You know what, right? Because obviously, Tucker, he was like, oh, there's a way of tracking your time in there with the parental controls. You should do it. It's great. So like, I only play the game for 2 hours at a time, and Wednesday the 17th I played it for 4 hours. But like, it's 2 hours, an hour and 45, an hour and 15, and I just like potter around. I just go and go to the Sky Island, go to the Sky Towers, knock a few shrines out. See my man that's like, yo, I got this sign and I'm like, you know what, mate?
You love Addison.
Oh my god, this guy's like, listen, man, I need the signs. I'm like, listen, I've got your back. Don't you worry. And like the contraption I made today just for this one sign, I was just in stitches. I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever done. just playing with physics. It was like, so good.
Yeah, I found them on top of a mountain, like a snowy mountain, and I'm like, why do you need a sign up here, Addison? You don't need to do this.
Why does your boss want you to put a sign up here?
I don't understand. I think his boss is his boss not the guy in the first game that was like that helped you build that town, or whatever.
Oh, Terrytown.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't think that's who he said. I don't remember that guy's name.
No. Yeah, that's what I assumed it was, but maybe it's
But
not.
it wasn't.
I don't
It
know.
wasn't Terrytown that he meant. That Addison mentioned.
Yeah.
Addison mentioned a different town.
Okay.
It was like start with an H.
Whatever. I wonder.
It's in the bottom.
I wonder if you get something special if you do all of Addison's science. Like, do I get a little gift here at the end? For
I
doing
had
all
that
these?
spoiled.
Oh,
No.
really? Interesting. No. Okay.
There's nothing. All you get is the rubies.
How many are there? Do you know? There's gotta be like 100.
I don't know.
There's a lot. I mean, you run into that guy all the fucking time. How did
He gives you
Addison?
Gives you rupees. That's a good question. He's more traveled than Link is. To be honest
Definitely,
with you.
100%. Addison and Beetle freak me the fuck out. Like, there's something
Beetle,
wrong with you two.
dude. Beetle's a weird looking thing.
Beetle's a freaky motherfucker. I don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
That dude definitely touches kids on the weekends. Like, I'm not fucking with Beetle.
Jesus. What about Alana's Beetle?
Still freaked me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It did. It was
Still
it was
freaked me out
the
a little
wig.
bit. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely the wig. Couldn't
hair.
handle that. Fucking Beetle, man. Just running
What
around
a weird
selling
character.
bugs. You fucking weirdo. I wish you could
This is a
pick
weird
Beetle up like you can the Korak, you know? Like, let
Oh
me-
no!
let
I
me
hate
torture
those little
Beetle.
things.
I do too. My friends over there, shut the fuck up. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
gotta
I
take
still
you
have to
over
find
there.
a big one where I can like turn.
Yeah, I haven't found them
the
yet
seeds
either.
in.
The guy with the fucking
Like-
maracas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to. I don't have a ton yet, but I
have
really
like
I kind of
25,
ignore them.
and I still haven't found them.
I mostly ignore them, to be honest. Like
Damn.
I'll deal with my limited inventory. That's kind of how I feel.
One of them I found was
don't
pretty
worry.
cool. There was like a chain and a log attached to another log that was like stuck in like a stump or something, and then you had like one of those wing thingies, or I don't know
Yeah.
what they're called, and I put a rocket on the back of that, and then attached the chain log to that, and then just shot the rocket off, and it popped right out. I was like, that was cool. That was a good one.
Nice. Yeah. The Koroks, they it's funny. They want you to help them, but they make them annoying. I don't, like, why make them nice or something?
No,
Don't make them
they're
like
just annoying.
whiny.
They're little
Yeah.
dorks, all of them.
They are definitely little dorks.
Someone like again with those guys, they'll be like on top of a mountain and their friends way over there. I'm like, how do you guys even walk? You guys are so lazy. You guys
Their
can't even move.
backpack's way too big.
Those are really big backpacks, to be fair. Yeah, you're right.
Like, why do you have a backpack this big?
Yeah, he's
bigger
just
than you.
rolling around on it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Then roll over the hill. Go to your friend.
I wonder if they respawn eventually, like to their spot. Because like, what if you take one
I
like all the
feel like
way
they would
across the
have
map?
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like it's accidentally like drowns or something. I don't know. I feel
First-
like it would have to reach.
First thing I noticed in this game that was like, oh, that was kind of like weird was I was chasing a bear and I was like, I shot like a million arrows in this bear because I wanted his meat, and then the bear just disappeared. I chased him so long, he
What?
just disappeared. Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed in this game where I was like, huh, that was unlike you, unlike you, Tears of the Kingdom, to just make a bear.
Have you had any glitches other than the frame rate?
No, I don't think so. Nothing stuck out. That bear thing was the biggest thing that stuck out to me.
That doesn't even happen to me. Like, man, this game, we talked about it last week. They've done so much testing because I can't believe I'm not breaking this game.
Yeah, completely polished. I mean, they must have been polishing this for so long.
Yeah, these little contraptions, I feel like should just break the game. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just put a rocket on something and just start launching it. Like, how is this does not fall to the floor?
Those
Crazy.
rockets get wild. You can get
Yeah,
crazy.
rockets are insane.
Apparently,
can't-
I've seen Twitter videos on Twitter of like people. I guess eventually you get like battery packs or something, and then like you can like consistently. You could just like keep a rocket going like forever with those.
Oh,
Yeah,
I could see that being one of the attachments, is like
Yeah.
a battery or something.
yeah. I saw one guy make like a bike. There's a steering mechanic that you get
Yeah.
eventually with those whatever the Zorak
Like two handles.
whatever they're called. Yeah, it's like two handles, and someone just put two fans at the bottom of it, and then a steering wheel at the top, and like something connecting it all. And then he like had a bike that could fly through the air, and then he had the batteries, so he just kept putting the batteries in. So he just had like unlimited. Oh, you found the steering? Interesting. Yeah, I gotta find one.
I literally just found the sticks. Or more in the gumballs, you need to, as soon as you get a tower, get the tower, and then there should always be an island next to it with a ball.
Oh, really? Okay, because I need to go get more of those.
Gumball has different, as every gumball has different things. I'm finding things I didn't even know that were in it. Like I was like, there's loads of stuff, loads of like contraptions. And there's like extra battery packs you can get that makes it go a bit faster. I want to increase my battery things as well. I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything about this game.
Is what I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the little thing that I posted here? I shared to you guys today about the one of the guy just making a mech that has a cannon on it. Looks like a Metal Gear. This dude made a Metal Gear in this game, and it's activated. Like it's constantly shooting stuff out of it. And it's like it's launching. Like this thing looks like a straight up Metal Gear.
That's cool.
It's crazy.
Cool if you could get him to like follow it around or get it to follow you around.
I don't know if it can move. He doesn't show it moving. Just shows it shooting. And
maybe you could put like a steering thing at the top of it, and then I guess it would need to move somehow. There's probably a way.
It has to be a way, yeah.
All right, well, Tears of the Kingdom. We're all still playing it, still enjoying it. Gonna be talking about it for quite a while here.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about because I haven't even started basically the main missions of this game yet.
Yeah, and now that we're talking, I feel like I've just been on base Hyrule too much. Maybe I should go up in the air a bit more.
Yeah, I've done a little bit. I did a ring challenge.
Yeah,
where like I fell and like was doing the rings. I've seen like a few shrines that are just up there.
Yeah,
where you kind of have to figure out how to get to it, and then it's like a little puzzle to get to the shrine.
Some of them in the air have like it's like an island that you can turn, and then it has like a launcher on it.
I've seen that. I don't know what to do.
Oh, like one of those blocks that shoot you.
Yeah. There's like basically you can turn it, and I found there's this one shrine that's like it's on the top left, and it's like I don't know, it's like a maze, but above the maze there's a shrine, and I just couldn't get to it because every time I'd make a little contraption, make a little flying ship, but by the time I'd get there, the ship would die because everything only flies for such a distance.
Yeah,
maybe you're in the top left there, Sims.
Near the maze, yeah.
I think you got to do the temple for that.
Oh, there you go then. I spent about 2 hours trying to get to it.
Yeah. Do the temple part. That'll get you there.
Yeah. I'm just everywhere that I shouldn't be. Like I went into that.
They want you to break.
I went into that maze. And then it was like I can't get out of this maze. So I had to like the fast travel and stuff. Like, yeah, it's but yeah, I just find myself like just wondering. I don't even know I don't really know much about fusing. Like I've only just started to play with that a bit more. Like obviously my inventory is just sticks. I've got a lot of sticks, lots of them.
Once I get the Master Sword, I don't care about any of these other weapons.
Yeah.
So I don't really care what size of my like getting the Korok seeds or whatever.
I do miss the legendary, not the swords that you used to get off the big octopus type things, like them things. You know what I mean? They were like blue. They were like light up, like they were like legendary.
Oh, the Guardian weapons.
The Guardian, yeah, they look sick. Yeah. Like I missed all that, but you kind of. I
mean, there are Zonai swords.
Yeah, I've got a few of them, but like there is like, if you combine them, you can make a really good sword. There's like one sword.
Do you have any Zelda amiibos?
I've got a Zelda amiibo card.
If you have a few of those, there are weapons through there.
I'm gonna get every one of them on a card. You can do it on your phone.
I have a bunch.
You can do the cards, the dodgy cards with your phone.
Interesting.
Like you buy the cards off Amazon.
The controller. Your phone to the controller.
No. You have to have the cards. The cards are like pay like £13 for about 40 cards, and then you download the amiibo data off something. And then, because when you pay for I'm guessing you do this in America. Pay everything with your phone now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's just pretty much the same. It's the same technology.
Interesting.
So I've got the Epona. I can get the Epona.
That's what the
I've got Link's Awakening. Tears of the Kingdom one. I've got the Tears of the Kingdom one. But every day they're random as well, and some of them have actually like different sets of armor.
Yeah, I've gotten a bunch of the fabrics for the glider, but I have not been to the town where I can go and like change it yet. I haven't met that person.
Neither. I haven't been back.
I think that town's at the bottom east.
No, you can check. You can do it in the first place you go.
Where? Who do I talk to?
Someone in what's it called? Landing or something.
Lookout landing or landing
That's
lookout.
it.
Whatever.
Well, no, yeah, that's lookout But do you know
someone there that does it? I believe. Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't know about this ability. You know, I don't know anything. I literally don't know.
I'm just talking about the fabric for the glider. That's all.
Yeah, you can change it somehow. I read it on IGN, like top 9. You can change it. I don't know.
I think it's in a town that I haven't been to.
But I literally don't know anything. It's crazy. How much I don't know.
There's so much. There's so much in this game.
That's going to do it for the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 172. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Guys, anything else you want to say?
Man, Crying Jim Ryan, he's just out here hitting home runs, huh?
They really set up Xbox. Like, Xbox, you could come in and stomp on them now. Like, have a good showcase. Like, Phil's got to be cheering right now, man. Like,
he was pretty positive on the showcase from what he saw, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to tweet that out for publicity, but behind the scenes...
No, he said it in that interview.
Behind the scenes, this dude's like, I'm going to fucking try to kill you guys now. Like, you could really put the nail in the coffin here.
Xbox. No, I meant Phil was positive about the new showcase. He's pretty positive about it.
Yeah, come correct, man. Like, if they have a great showcase here, they can really take the mind share away.
At least start rolling. Yeah.
I hope. I don't know. Like, it was such a poor showing. Like, I said to Natalie, I said before, it's a shame that Sony goes first, because you just know, like, you know, me being a cocky, arrogant arsewipe, saying like it's gonna peak here and nothing will be better. And that's the assumptions that I'm assuming Connor went in with the same assumptions of like, this is the peak, like, and nothing will be able to top what they're about to give us. But SGF can, and then Starfield and Xbox, and they're all there for the taking.
Yeah,
there for the taking. We shall see. All right, see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.